everyone, welcome to the 2019 Fake Nerd Podcast Comic-Con special.
Wee.
Holy shit, my mans, my girls, my everybody's. We have a lot of news to talk about.
We do.
It is a wonderful week. The best week for nerds, let me tell you. It's Christmas every day when it comes to Comic-Con.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what happened?
Oh, the trailer for Cats came out. Do we want to talk about that?
Oh, okay, so
this is the trailer for Cats special.
It's 3 hours long.
No.
So let me talk to you about Mr.
You
Mosopoulos
joke.
real quick.
You joke,
Our
but
episode will be titled the Comic-Con 2019 special, but the thumbnail will just be constant pictures
just
of
Rebel
cats
Wilson's
from the trailer.
face.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's all the faces. Just faces.
Can it not?
God, too many faces. All right, guys, so we have a lot of things to talk about. We're going to break them up in terms of, movies, TV, comics, and then Marvel, because that's why we're here. If we're being real, we're here for Marvel.
Yeah.
But a lot of other things happen, right?
Hey, real question, though. Who are we?
The Fake Nerd Podcast.
No, who are you?
You're correct, Ben Magnet. That's you. I am Ryan Leopoulos.
Yeah.
I am not a host, clearly. I am joined by Sparks Whitty.
Hey, what up?
And over the electronic telemophono is Brandon T. McClure.
Yes.
Hi.
Just in case you missed our regular episode for this week, Brandon comes over the phone because he had a very busy week, and we are recording both of these things in the same night.
But you wouldn't
just
know
as
that?
tired as 1 year ago.
It's just, wow, really, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Wow, really? Yeah, it's true.
Man,
for different reasons.
Yeah, for very much different reasons. But we weren't at Comic-Con this year, which kind of hurt.
This is a really good year for Comic-Con, too.
But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with that.
Save some money.
My wallet's doing just fine.
My wallet's dying.
So
I
go for
will throw in one thing that I know is not in our news because it's not really in our wheelhouse, but it was something that happened at Comic-Con. Veronica Mars had a panel, and they dropped the new season on Hulu that night.
Yeah, they did.
I know
shit.
because my girlfriend watched the entire thing yesterday.
I saw some of it. I was like, wow, it looks like a decent show.
Yeah.
That looks like Veronica Mars.
Yeah, apparently it's... So I have a really strange history with Veronica Mars. I watched the first season, and then I watched the movie.
Oh, right.
And that
the
was
movie.
it. Yeah, I really like it. I was interested in seeing this new season.
Didn't that movie come out like last year?
No, it came out years ago.
Did it
a
really?
few
Wow.
years ago, yeah.
I was dating Sherry.
Wow, was that a while ago?
That was a long time ago.
All right.
Yeah.
Man, Veronica Mars, that's cool that it's still kicking. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Well, let's get into our this is the biggest sandwich of our lives. This is the biggest bread and butter maybe we've ever had. Maybe
Probably.
except E3.
Yeah.
So let's get started, baby. All right, we're going to start off with some regular movie talk. None of that nonsense comic book stuff. We're going to talk about Terminator, my guys. You guys like Terminator?
did.
I've heard of that franchise, yes.
So, yeah, Terminator Dark Fate. We saw that trailer a month or two ago, right?
Yeah.
I think we're
Yeah.
all somewhat interested in that movie.
Mhm.
They released a lot of really cool shit that makes me super excited for this movie.
Sure.
They've announced that Edward Furlong is coming back as John Connor, as from T2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
kid
that
from
was
T2.
that was the
Really?
biggest question coming into Dark Fate, like with the first trailer, and with the biggest question, like where is John Connor? So I'm happy to see this confirmation that he's back.
Diego Luna might be a T-1000,
Sure.
maybe, possibly.
Well, so that's the thing. So that's why I put that there as a question mark, because in the panel, in like the behind the scene feature or somewhere, it says he's a T-1000, but a T-1000 is completely liquid Terminator. So you'd think this would be a different model.
T-1000 Mark II, maybe?
Do you think? Maybe Mark II, but they wouldn't call it the T-1000.
Yeah.
Then they'd call it something else.
Yeah. Who knows?
T2000.
Whoa! Sorry.
T2K.
So Arnold will be a T-800 again, and his name's Carl. What's up, Carl?
Yeah,
Carl.
that goes against the first thing we heard about, where James Cameron was like, I wanted Arnold to be a human character that they based the Terminator models off of.
Hey, he could be both. No,
Well,
he
it
isn't.
could be, but this is interesting that they've changed that, or at least, or
Sure.
it was never
Yeah,
the case.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, does anyone know if Eddie Furlong has done any acting since T2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In the early 2000s, he was in a prison movie called Animal Factory.
Okay.
I believe Willem Dafoe's in it. It's
Okay.
really, really good, but he hasn't done very much. But he shows up here and there.
Okay. I
This is-
just wanted to know if there were like any acting chops there.
Yes. I'll tell you what. He's only done one movie since 1992.
Because like I respect bringing back the original actor, but I'm like, can he act?
It's like the kid from Unbreakable who's in Glass.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, he's not that good of an actor, but it's cool that he's there, right?
Right.
So yeah, Mackenzie Davis is going to be playing an enhanced human. She's the lady we saw in there who's doing like cool flips and shit. And she has like weird skin when she gets hit.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to be like a weird Terminator, but it looks like she might be a human, like robot, like a human with cybernetics.
They talk about it as like the Resistance gives some people these kind of enhancements so they could go back in time and do these like suicide missions.
Oh shit, that's dark. That's Dark Fate.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's Dark Fate.
I see what you did there, Ryan.
This movie will explore the consequences of destroying Cyberdyne at the end of T2. You know, Miles Dyson.
Yeah.
It's one of the best scenes in movies.
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
A really good
I think about that all the time. Cyborg's dad. Let's see. I think that's it. Anything else you guys want to talk about Terminator?
That's really it. They did release a featurette where they talk about it being rated R, and we didn't see a lot of the stuff that they showed at Comic-Con because they just won't release it online, which is actually good for them.
Yeah.
But it is a little frustrating seeing because I'm very curious about what else is in this movie.
Yeah.
They kind of wet my whistle, and I'm way more interested.
I agree.
Linda Hamilton's going to say the F word a lot.
Yeah, and the fact that it's rated R, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not that the other movies haven't. Have they been?
Well, so Terminator. So I looked this up. So Terminator 3 was rated R, but after that, they were all PG-13.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because T1, 2, and 3 were all R, and then Salvation and Genesis were
Genesis.
PG-13.
All right.
So-
Cool.
I like Terminator. I hope this is good. I believe in
That'd be
Sam
cool.
Miller. Yeah.
I'm
Excuse
hoping
me.
for a Terminator win. That's what I'm
Yeah.
hoping for.
So here's talk about another movie getting a sequel 30 years later. Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, yeah.
So I like Top Gun movie. It's fine.
I love Top Gun.
I love this trailer because it's Tom Cruise being Tom Cruise,
So-
modern Tom Cruise.
Brandon probably saw this too. Patrick Willems retweeted someone who said that the reason he's so excited for the Top Gun Maverick movie is because it's really just a metacontextual film
his
for
life.
Tom Cruise's career.
Yeah, 100%.
And
So-
I'm like, if you
like,
say that,
in
I'm
the in the trailer, it's like you could have been a 2-star admiral, but you're still just flying planes. What's up with that? And that's absolutely Tom Cruise. You're just making these crazy
And you
action
just
movies.
won't die.
You just won't die. Why don't you just do a drama, Tom Cruise? Stop trying to kill yourself for entertainment. And I'm like, that's so perfect.
Yeah, so he's actually flying those planes, and one of the things that I find just funny is that if he was actually a now 60-year-old fighter pilot, they'd never let him up in a plane. There's no way the Air Force would let that
His
happen.
reaction time and all that stuff. That's absolutely true, but fake movie stuff.
Exactly. Look, Christopher McQuarrie is working on it. I love him.
That's
I
why
like
I'm
Tom
excited.
Cruise right now. Hey, you know what? I'm in. I don't love Top Gun. It's not my favorite film ever. It's not even like top 20, but I'm interested in this.
Yeah.
So Top Gun is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's fun.
I mean, when I was a kid, before I turned out to be 6'2" and have horrible eyesight, I wanted to be a naval aviator. I wanted to be a fighter pilot.
Playing with the boys.
Okay, sure. Yeah. But
You mean volleyball scenes?
Yeah, but seeing this trailer, I'm actually really into it. I'm like, okay, you got me. I know it's just a teaser, but I'm curious because Top Gun is one of those things like I don't need a sequel to Top Gun. I don't care. We have the one movie. Yeah. We're fine.
That's
it.
It reminds me. It reminds me of Blade Runner 2049, not in the quality same level, but like you're making the sequel that's absolutely unnecessary. But like, it actually might be really good.
Yeah. Now I don't have a love of Top Gun as you do for Blade Runner, Ryan, but I'm still like, I can dig it. I would not mind seeing this movie when it comes out. I just need to make sure.
You heard it here first, folks. Blade Runner and Top Gun, same quality.
Hell yeah.
What?
It's okay.
Okay.
I was kidding.
Let me tell you, the fact that Christopher McQuarrie, who's done the most recent Mission Impossible movies, he turned those movies into something truly special. He's
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow, exactly. And he's writing this movie. He's not directing. Guy did Tron Legacy and what's that alien movie with Tom Cruise? Oblivion. He did Oblivion. I'm not crazy about Oblivion, but his visual style is great. And
I liked Oblivion.
It's fine. It's not bad. I think it just looks like it looks good.
Visually, the aerodynamics.
Like it's not CGI. Like they're real ass jets.
Like visually, the first shot of Tom Cruise flying, and then you could see the ground or how close he is to the ground on his jet.
It's impactful. Like in a weird way.
Yeah, I'm like, this is Top Gun.
Yeah.
Like this is like he's in a modern plane, and then that last shot of that F-14 Tomcat splitting off over the mountains. I'm like, talk to me, Goose.
All right, so
all right, that's all. I'm excited. That's all I have to say about Top Gun.
We're done talking about geese, and we're going to move on to brothers, the Russo brothers. You guys know about them, right?
Oh.
They released the highest-grossing movie of all time.
I've heard of them, yes.
So they are producing adaptations of something called Grimjack and Battle of the Planets. I'm not sure what about Grimjack is, but I definitely know about Battle of the Planets. That's an old-ass anime that's very cool. It's very Star Wars-inspired. Do you guys know anything about Grimjack or Battle of the Planets?
I do not, but
I know nothing about either of these movies.
I do have a question, though. Did any news about the Magic the Gathering anime pop up at Comic-Con or no?
I want to say...
Because I think the only news article of Russo Bros. I've heard is this Grimjack stuff.
The only news that came up was that they talked about it could spin off into a live-action thing, but that's it. There was nothing else.
That is the only thing that came
Basically,
up.
they're doing the animated thing, and that's open for live-action stuff afterwards.
For Magic the Gathering?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know they were going to bring some stuff.
Is the main character of a comic book originally published by the American company First Comics.
Give it to me.
Hold on.
Talk to me, Grimjack.
John Gaunt, alias Grimjack, was born in the Pit, a slum area of the pan-dimensional city of Cynosure, where both magic and technology, humans and aliens, intermingle. His mother, Anya, died in childbirth. John had 2 older brothers, Nick and Jake. His father married Anya's sister, Mate.
Yo, where's the plot?
And they have 1 child together.
I don't want the biography.
When John was about 5 years old, old Nick attacked and killed Jake in a drunken rage.
Oh, no.
He was sentenced to prison but later escaped. The day he returned home, the sister vanished. It is unknown whether old Nick killed her or not. Following the death of 4 brothers survived on the streets by stealing, blah, blah, blah.
This is a bad log line, Sparks. I need a log line.
I don't have a good one.
That sounds really boring.
I'm sure it's cooler than that. The Russo brothers.
This is if you look up a picture of it, it's real. It's something. I don't know. All right. Whatever.
So the Russo brothers are working on a couple things. We don't know anything about them. That's great. Can we talk about some animation time?
Sure.
Well, they talked about this at their panel, which was a conversation with the Russo brothers, which revealed really nothing. And I think a lot of people were kind of hoping that we'd hear a lot about like Avengers Endgame things. But one of the things that I really appreciated was that they were asked about the ending of Avengers Endgame again, more specifically about how they differentiate between the Marc and Ophelia interpretation of the ending and their interpretation of the ending. What I appreciated a lot was that they said, you know what, the beautiful thing about this film is that it is open to a different interpretation. The fact that they interpreted someone, it just talks about the writing process and all the avenues that we can go down. And what I appreciated most about that was specifically that they finally said it is essentially, what they said was, it is up to us to interpret it in the way that we feel makes more sense. And I'm very happy with that answer. Finally given that answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Marcus and Mafeely also had a panel, and at their panel they were like, yeah, I've heard that theory. That's funny.
Yeah. They're the ones who are ticking me off about this whole thing.
Same.
Well, I've realized Marcus and Mafeely have been ticking me off for years. So.
Yeah, secretly, they've been the enemy, not the Russos.
Right.
No.
Yeah. So we're going to move over from the Marvels, even though Grimjack's not a Marvel thing, to the Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers Animation, my mans.
Okay.
My mans.
This was during the Batman Hush panel.
Shh. Hush. Let's talk about Superman Red Sun.
Wait.
Yes.
You didn't hear this?
No.
Yeah. So Ben.
Yeah.
During the Batman Hush panel, they took the opportunity to talk about the different movies coming out later. One of them was Superman Red Sun. They are doing an animated adaptation of Superman Red Sun.
I've been wanting this for years.
That's a good book.
Oh, don't F it up, please.
I'll tell you what. Dave Gibbons, great artist of Watchmen, said he was originally tied to do that book, and then he didn't do it, and he regrets not doing it. And I'm like, wow, that would have been a very different looking book.
That would have been very different.
Very cool.
I cannot believe. Well,
You can't believe it. We just told you.
No, I can't.
Believe it.
I'm just happy that they're finally doing it. I've been wanting a Red Sun animated film ever since I read it.
Yeah.
I was like, this would be a really good animated movie. Now they're doing it.
Or a great
and
season of
I'm
Supergirl.
really looking forward to the Clark Kent sex scene with Lex Luthor for it.
Is there going to be a gargoyle?
Blah 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 blah.
It would probably be. Well, yeah. I hope not. I hope for good things from any of the animated films, but there is no voice cast attached to this, no writers or directors. We only know that's happening.
Superman.
It looks like it's going to be a while in the future, which I'm okay with. But
well, no, it's next year. So
it's next year. Oh shit!
The film is happening. They just don't know. They just haven't told us who's a part of it.
Okay. But
so we have I didn't hear about these two. Justice League Dark is getting a sequel movie called Apocalypse War.
Yeah.
That's not the Dark Side War, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. It's weird that
it is strange.
It's weird that Justice League Dark is tying with Apocalypse because that's like magic versus like Superman alien stuff.
Sure.
So it's kind of weird that Apocalypse is tied into this. and Darkseid.
Yeah, that is
They
strange.
don't usually tie together, which could be an interesting dichotomy. Who knows?
Oh my God, Ryan!
What up, Doc?
No, my brain just had a stupid brain fart because when you said Apocalypse, I thought the X-Men character. Not
Yeah,
the,
right?
Not the planet.
we were
No,
recently talking about
Darkseid is, baby.
We were just talking about like the character Apocalypse a few minutes ago, and brain.
Eisner Award-winning Mr. Miracle, Tom King, and Mitch Gerrards.
Yay.
Bong, I love you. Darkseid is. Superman, Man of Tomorrow is an original story, an original animated movie. I didn't hear about this either. This sounds cool.
Yeah, and again, no information about like story, but it is an original Superman story.
Is this the first original animated?
First
Fatal
original
5.
Superman? No, Fatal
that's based
5
on
would be like Justice League. First original Superman story, certainly. I think.
Okay, yeah, Superman story. Okay, yeah.
Because they've done original Batman's, original Justice Leagues. I think this is the first Superman. Yeah, that's cool.
And it's got the most generic like Superman title, Man of Tomorrow, so that could literally mean anything.
It could.
In terms of
like
what
when
the
you
story
think
is.
Man of Tomorrow, you could think Superman for Tomorrow by was it Jeff Loeb?
You mean for all seasons?
No,
No.
for all seasons.
That was all seasons.
Is Jeff Loeb.
Who did? Was it Brian Azzarello who did For Tomorrow with Jim Lee?
Ooh,
You're right. Yes.
It was Brian Azzarello.
Good job, buddy. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
My memory's not as good.
No, that's one of the books I've always been wanting to read. Every time I tell myself subconsciously, I'm going to pick this book up at a con because I heard it was a really good read, and I always forget.
And
Every single time, I always forget.
whatever happens.
That's
with
back
Man
when
of
Jim
Tomorrow.
Lee drew stuff.
Yeah,
Well, you know, getting that comic someday, it's just for tomorrow.
yeah.
So
I see.
Shake
I'm gonna
my
hang
head.
up now.
Yeah, this is over.
No, Brandon, don't.
end of special.
All right, so moving on from regular movie stuff to regular TV stuff. The Toys That Made Us season 3 is coming.
Oh yes,
I love this show.
What's the lineup? What toys are we talking about this season?
Let me tell you, baby.
I was hoping it was going to come out soon.
The minds behind the smash hit Netflix series, The Toys That Made Us, are back with their signature brand of inside wit and unadulterated love. So we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Do you hear the
a little thing called Power Oranges.
Oh God, yes.
Some ponies. They're a little tiny.
Oh,
tiny little
are they
ponies.
yours? Are they yours? Or
They
are
are
mine?
My Little Ponies. You got Buttercup and Applesauce and Bing Bong.
You were close.
I got and so it goes My Little Pony and then wrestling figures. It doesn't have like a name. It's just wrestling figures.
So
I'm like,
it's probably
yeah.
just all the WWE superstar ones
and WCW, all that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the Toys That Made Us always does at least a season of like girls' toys. The hard thing is back then there weren't a lot of them, so they can't really
Did you mean
dedicate
an
a whole season
episode?
to them. Yes, thank you, an episode. I'm very excited for this. I loved the Toys That Made Us. I thought it was an excellent documentary series.
I didn't watch all of it, but I definitely handpicked a few that I think there was like a Transformers one.
There
Like,
was.
yeah, I watched a couple.
I watched that one twice. I watched the Star Wars one, He-Man.
I watched
I
Star
watched
Wars one, yeah.
Lego was one of my favorites. I love the Lego episode.
Yeah, I
yeah.
like the Lego one a lot. I've seen them all. I think they're all pretty excellent. The reason why, so they don't have a release date yet, which is important because they don't have licensing for all the toys that they did yet.
Oh,
So
really?
they will release the series. It's just they're waiting for all the licensing to come
Oh,
through.
wow.
It's gonna be really
that's-
funny if like one of them doesn't go through.
That is interesting. Okay.
All right, so this is pretty neat. There's a spin-off of that show that's called The Movies That Made Us. I didn't know this. This is also really cool.
Yeah.
So Netflix and the Nancel company, the brains behind the hit docuseries The Toys That Made Us, are bringing you a new, equally deep, nostalgic dive into pop culture that entertains the masses. The Movies That Made Us will have you cheering on John McClane, Die Hard, Kevin McAllister, Home Alone, in this Christmas Eve. Do you hear that? They said it themselves. Christmas movies, baby. Sorry, Brandon. Christmas Eve battles of their lives. You'll be dancing the night away with Johnny and Baby while tapping into the supernatural with a team of ghost-busting scientists. I ain't afraid of those things. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
No, that's
I'm
neat.
really excited about that.
Kind of just sounds like behind the scenes making of movies, which I've kind of already seen of all those movies. So I wonder if it's going to be like new stuff.
But that's the thing about the Toys That Made Us. When I'm really hoping for them bringing the formula, because the Toys That Made Us doesn't just talk about the history of these things. They talk about the cultural impact of the time and and all those things. So it will be a lot of stuff that we've not seen before.
Oh, you know what? Talk about Die Hard, Home Alone. Like those are like cultural big movies. So yeah, I think it's got
Like
a good point.
Ghostbusters too. So I would like to watch the Ghostbusters.
More
one
about
first.
cultural impact. Yeah.
Impact. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
Moving from ghosts to zombies, let's talk about The Walking Dead, a show that just won't die.
It's impressive. Like, good on Walking Dead for making it to a season 10. Good for you.
Yeah.
Danai Gurira's leaving.
Michonne.
Every season that I don't watch, it gives me another reason to really not watch it more.
Yeah. I watched the trailer for this season, and I'm like, man, they always make good trailers for Comic-Con.
And
I'm hyped, and I'm like, I haven't even watched season 9. What am I doing?
Yeah, the last stuff that I read of The Walking Dead a couple years ago was the Whisper War stuff, and I really, really like that stuff.
Sure.
So it makes me want to watch it, but I'm like now like 2 seasons behind. I'm like,
Here's something I will say that I was thinking about when I was watching that trailer is Heroes was a great NBC show that I loved in its first season. And
Same.
the whole problem with it is that their intended idea was that you would have a rotating cast as it evolved, and they went real hard away from that after season 1 because they felt their characters were too popular to lose. Walking Dead, for all its issues, has come to a point where like they have rotated in almost an entirely new cast. At this point, we've
completely
lost
different than season
nearly all of the originals.
Yeah.
There are very few left, and good on them for that, for like constantly enriching the story with new characters and bringing new people to the forefront.
it helps when you have 190 issues of a comic too.
And like there's still good stuff in the show. I know there is. It's just hard to keep up with.
Yeah, I agree. It is sad. Denai Guerrero's leaving.
Yeah.
She's going on to better things.
Yeah, she's
in Marvel
She
movies.
made a whole statement about it. Very
Uh,
sweet. She's happy for her time on the show.
There was a teaser trailer for a Walking Dead movie called
That's a word.
called The Walking Dead.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was 24 seconds of a helicopter going to a city, New York City, maybe. I think
I don't
was
know.
that what it was talking
Kind of
about?
looked like
couldn't
it, but I
tell.
couldn't tell.
I saw a lot of skylines, not a lot of U.S.
Maybe
cities
it's
look like
Chicago.
that.
Who knows?
Oh, Gotham City, you say? So new Walking Dead thing coming to theaters. I wonder if that's going to be an actual $50 million movie that's just a movie, or it's an AMC movie that's a lower budget brought into theaters. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, again, you and I kind of talked about this. I imagine it'll have a slightly higher budget, but it doesn't need to go that high above what they already do on the show.
What I mean is, like, is it going to look like a TV movie, or is it going to be a movie? Like, that's what I'm curious about.
Yeah. Kind of crazy that they're taking it to theaters. I wonder how that response will actually go.
Man, there's a lot of Fear the Walking Dead.
Depends on when it will release. This is coming from Universal Pictures, by the way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the fans of Rick Grimes are definitely going to flock to that movie. So,
Are there fans of Rick Grimes anymore?
I
don't know.
was a fan of Rick Grimes. Then I stopped watching the show. It's the first spin-off. Oh, the first spin-off. Okay, so there's another spin-off happening?
Yes, we kind of touched on this before.
Yeah, I don't want to go. This is a lot of Walking Dead news.
That there's a spin-off with the extra. So what they did say is they joked about there being like, oh yeah, there's going to be like 10 more Walking Dead shows, and I'm like, oh my god, no, don't do this.
Please don't.
Don't do this.
Walking Dead at first, it was such a huge phenomenon, kind of like Game of Thrones, and now it's just fallen off. I feel like every season, Walking Dead constantly loses a bunch of diehard fans who were just so into the show. Like the first, I want to say 6 seasons, maybe they're like, yes, this show is amazing. And then when Negan showed up and Glenn died, that's when everything just fell off a cliff.
Oh man, I disagree.
You disagree?
No, that was when the show got revitalized.
Oh, that was
when
when
the show was
It was
bad.
when the
Okay.
Negan stuff went on
Negan
for
made
too
it better.
long.
Yeah.
Okay.
That it got bad.
I mean, I don't watch Walking Dead. All of my knowledge of Walking Dead is through osmosis.
No,
when
I
Fanny-
understand. I understand, and
No,
I'm
Negan-
telling you that like killing Glenn was one of the best
Yeah.
things the show did.
You know what?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is awesome on
You know
that
what?
show.
I want to say that you're right, because when I even wanted to start watching The Walking Dead when I heard about Negan. I have a friend of mine who is a huge Negan fan, and I'm like, okay, I might get into this. And then just the seasons kept going on and on and on. I'm like, what's going on here?
His bat is named after his dead wife.
Yeah, Lucille.
That's some crazy
I'll
shit.
tell you this. I might not be caught up on Walking Dead, but I know it hasn't fallen as hard off the bandwagon as the last season of Game of Thrones did. So,
Yeah, there's that.
Man, I don't know how many shows could.
yeah,
To be honest.
yeah.
Holy moly. Oh boy, it's your turn, Sparky Sparks. It's time
Ooh,
to go
me?
to the Arrowverse.
Oh, I didn't watch any of these trailers.
Oh, we were supposed to. Oops.
I didn't watch. I want to be clear. I didn't even watch them because I'm not caught up. So
nor do I think you
much.
should. Pretty much every season that wasn't Legends ended in massive turns that directly affect the crossover, and you will be spoiled if you watch anything related to those
Okay.
endings.
So, once again, I haven't seen any of these shows except for the crossover that we watched last year.
Did you watch any of the CW shows? Like
I used to.
Okay.
I was hard on Arrow for the first 3 seasons. I was super into Flash in the first 2 seasons. I started getting into Supergirl, and then I just stopped halfway through, and then things just happened, and I missed the second half of Arrow, second half of Flash, and I meant to jump on it,
and then a snowball occurs.
So
and it was too much.
at that point in time, I had so many other things that I was watching and keeping up on that the Arrowverse shows, they're all going to be up on Netflix eventually. I'll just catch up sooner.
So,
and then you guys
not anymore.
Yeah. Well, then you guys start saying, like, this season's bad. Don't watch the season.
They're not all great.
Yeah, they're not that good anymore. And I'm like, okay,
to be
why
fair,
waste my time?
The whole time I was saying Supergirl is good.
No, that she's the only exception. I really like Melissa Benoist. She's going to be in Jane Silent Bob reboot. I really like that actress. I would definitely rewatch Supergirl for her because I really like her as Supergirl.
Yeah.
But everything else,
I love her new costume.
Yeah.
She has a new costume?
Yeah, she has a new costume. They lost the skirt. It's much more. It's much more in the vein of Superman, Man of Steel.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll have to look this
I
up.
like her new costume. I like her new hair. There was some news that's not. I know it's not listed on there, but the actor playing James Olsen is leaving the series for Supergirl. Which
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's leaving midway through the next season. I think just past the crossover, or maybe just before. That's going to be a big thing. I did not watch these trailers yet. I definitely will. It's not a big deal because I probably wouldn't say too much about them, except I'm probably excited.
The only one I watched was The Flashes, and I got to be honest, it just looked like another season with like a new bad guy. They didn't.
So who's the guy? Who's the guy from Heroes?
Bloodwork. Oh, sorry, I don't know. He's Bloodwork in the show. Sorry.
Yeah, but he was one of the guys from Heroes. He's an Indian actor, but he's not the painter. I forgot, but he's joining.
Mohinder?
I don't think it's Mohinder. I'll look him up.
The painter wasn't Indian.
I know. Oh, you're right. The painter wasn't Indian. 1 second, please.
All right, well,
keep talking amongst yourself.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, but I just looked up the Supergirl's new suit for CW. It looks really good.
I like the pants. Yeah.
So look, I'll put it this way. I know you guys are going to watch this crossover. It's pretty hyped.
Oh yeah,
especially after Comic-Con.
We got news on it too.
I do not know how. I don't until the show starts. I won't.
It is Mohinder.
Okay. I do not know how you will be able to watch the crossover without watching at least Arrow. The end of the last season of Arrow so directly ties to what the crossover is going to be. It seems like the whole season has to be built up to it.
Flash didn't really
talk
give
about
me
that. They talk about that in the Arrow, not the trailer for Arrow, but because I didn't watch that. But like the panel that they're talking about is that Arrow season 8 is a lead-in to the crossover.
Yeah,
that is the
I don't
entire
know.
season.
I don't know how it couldn't be with the way the last season ended. It's so like not too spoilery, but fact of the matter is, at the end of the last season, the Anti-Monitor was there with Oliver, and they left together. I'm not going to say any more about it than that, but like it was directly leading into the crisis.
Not the Monitor, the Anti-Monitor?
Sorry, the Monitor.
Okay, I was going to say,
sorry,
boy.
I misspoke. No, the Monitor.
That's hype.
That's stuff. Yeah. So, they also made the announcement that Jon Cryer is coming back as Lex Luthor.
Awesome.
If you watched the end of the season, you knew that. It was 100% obvious.
So, any more on the current running shows before we move on to the next show coming out in crossover?
Hey, we didn't put it on there, but Black Lightning Season 3 is coming out, and that's still going strong. It's not tied to any of this, but like that's still a good show, and they talked about it, and there's some exciting casting announcements, but I'm not going to go too far into it because I'm the only person watching it. But yeah, the Arrowverse shows, you guys you're going to have to jump on board because there's some crazy news, like
Batwoman?
that wasn't the... Go ahead, though.
Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Yeah.
Let's do Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, let's
so
do that one.
Brandon Routh, who plays...
Ray Palmer.
The Atom on the show, yes.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I was trying to lead you in. Sorry,
I'm sorry.
I'm a bad leader.
He
plays Ray Palmer, the Atom on the show.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It was announced that he's going to be playing a character he's played before, Superman. But that wasn't it, because I thought that was it.
You're right.
And then you broke the
Everybody
news.
thought that was it, and then there was more.
No, because I remember hearing some. I think I saw an article on Facebook where it said, "Hey, Brandon Routh is going to be Superman." Again
here's what
in
happened. Here's what happened, and I love this because I watched the panel. It was beautiful. I watched this happen. Marc Guggenheim says, "So look, yes, Brandon Routh is coming back to play Superman. Brandon Routh's on stage with him, and is like, but once Warner Brothers has a costume and they put it away, it's difficult to get it back out. So, I don't know what we're going to do." And then Brandon Routh opens his shirt to reveal the Kingdom Come Superman logo.
That's awesome.
Yes.
He says, "I have an idea of what we can do," and it's like, "Yeah, I think we'll go with that."
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's so great. That is so great.
This was this up to the Marvel panel. This was the news, like, for me, coming out of Comic-Con. I was like, Brandon Routh's coming back as Superman? Kingdom Come Superman?
It's gonna have those gray sides, baby.
Oh boy.
And not to
And he will play Ray Palmer also because it's going to be a 5-part crossover.
We're in full blown multiverse, baby. I love it.
Oh yeah.
You have no idea. When you told me that today, Sparks, when we were just hanging out before we were start recording, you said, "Dude, did you hear the news?" I'm like, "Yeah, Brian was going to be Superman." Did you know what's Superman? I'm like, "No." He told me, and I was like, I was so jazzed.
Yeah, I also
I
did
was
now.
so happy. Kingdom Come Superman is one of those Superman that, like, Kingdom Come is one of my favorite DC books of all time. And
It was a book club.
Yeah, and just hearing, because I would love to see some iteration of Kingdom Come Superman in any form.
I want to see him on that fake farm.
Yeah, animation, live action, I don't care. I just want to see Kingdom Come Superman, a Superman who has lost all hope in humanity. I wanted to see that. And now I'm getting it at Brandon Routh, who
Wait, hold on. You have that. It's called Man of Steel.
Oh.
Dun, dun.
Got him.
Got him.
And not to
Damn it.
not to overshadow
Damn it,
the other
Brandon.
news, but it's also cool that Burt Ward's going to show
No,
up.
absolutely.
Burt Ward?
so weird.
Is he going to be Robin or is he going
We don't know.
Oh,
And guys,
I don't think he's going to be Robin.
I
I
don't
think
think
it's
it's
just be a cameo.
Yeah, you know what? That makes me happy because rest in peace. Yeah, well, rest in peace, Adam West. But having one of the iconic, the duo of the dynamic duo coming
Adam
back to
West
screen
would have
again,
been in this.
he would have.
Absolutely.
He would have. Now, so here's my theory. I think he's going to play a retired Dick Grayson from that series.
I think so, too.
Who took up the mantle of Batman at one time. I think we're going to see him replay Dick Grayson again.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's going to be a Batman. too.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, guys.
Yeah, this is really cool.
And I think it's only a matter of time before we hear Tom Welling is coming back.
That's the thing.
Somebody
because
from Smallville's coming.
These are the announcements that they've told us. So they're keeping cool stuff to their
The
chest.
actor who plays the Monitor says, "Hey, there's more of these coming."
Oh yeah.
This is going to be huge. And there was I think it was the end of Supergirl before the last crossover last year, where we see Oliver Queen from Smallville.
Yeah, it was.
With the Flash from the '90s show.
Yep.
Like we know that version exists in this multiverse. I think it's only a matter of time before we see that. Before we see this, and to
Definitely.
have Tom Welling, Tyler Hoechlin, and Brandon Routh all play Superman in one show.
Hell yeah.
Holy
Oh.
shit, guys! Holy shit!
I've been using this phrase like to describe like Endgame. We talk about Endgame being like the final culmination. Like this really
yeah.
does feel like their end of their phase. Like Arrow
Yeah,
was
yeah.
their Iron Man. Arrow's ending. Like this is their Endgame. So they're gonna go hard.
Yes.
I think we are gonna get really crazy.
It's what I've
cameos.
been dreaming of and waiting for, and it's happening.
I've wanted the CW shows to be this crazy, and they've been slowly getting there.
To see Tom Welling wearing an honest-to-God Superman suit, to see Brandon Routh in a Kingdom Come Superman
Again, it's not
suit.
confirmed yet, but like,
True.
Come on.
But
Come
we're
on.
for sure getting Brandon Routh in a Kingdom Come Superman suit. That is gonna be bonkers.
I'm gonna say I'm way into Tom Welling showing up as Superman. I am. I'm actually a little more anticipating and hopeful
Lex?
for a Justin Hartley Green
Oh,
Arrow
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
showing up with
Yeah.
with Stephen Amell's Oliver.
I believe
I'd
it.
love to see the double Oliver Queen of that.
I think if the more realistic choice or the more realistic thing that's going to happen if someone from Smallville is going to show up is going to be Justin Hartley as Green Arrow. However,
But remember, we saw
We did see him dead.
pictures. We saw pictures of Stephen Amell meeting with Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling for something, and we still don't know what that something is.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. They're going in on a vineyard together. They're making
Oh,
wine.
that's less.
No,
fun.
I know, but that they did clarify what that was. It was on the table with them, and they said, "Yeah, we're making this wine together. We went into this together."
That's the same shit that Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston pulled.
Yeah, I was literally about to bring it up. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
the Breaking Bad sequel. That's actually just alcohol.
Yeah. So we do know what that was. It wasn't for this, but that doesn't mean that this isn't also a thing. It would be
Right.
great to see Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum back. I'm going to throw this out there because it would be wild, just buck wild. What if Michael Rosenbaum doesn't show up as Lex Luthor?
He's the Flash.
He shows up as the Flash.
I had the thought. I really feel like this is gonna be there. This is the only time we get to do this kind of thing. So like, I believe it.
Yeah.
It's gonna get crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Sparks, you just broke my mind. I am for that.
Right.
I am
Three. So wait. Wally West. So Wally West, right? He played Wally West on Justice League.
Yeah.
So we could potentially have three Flashes.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I bet
John
with the ship.
Yeah.
I bet he pulls double duty as the '90s Flash and the Earth 3 Jake Garrick.
Dude, we're gonna see a lot of body doubles. I think.
Yep.
There's gonna be a lot of
Yeah,
Superman,
I
and a
think
lot
so
of
too.
Flash.
This is gonna be
Crisis.
this is
on
gonna
Infinite
be
Earths.
nuts.
I am so ready for Crisis on Infinite Earths. You have no idea right now.
Yeah, it's
oh
really,
man,
it's really cool.
This is
And
awesome.
it's going to be 5 hours long.
Yep.
Because Batwoman is getting involved as well.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, the small bit of Batwoman news
Yes.
I have that Hush will be in the show.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
pretty cool. I'm
sweet.
glad they
And
found
I think-
somewhere to put him.
I think that's really great that Hush is in the show because obviously they don't want to use Bruce Wayne. Hush is a really good placement. You could have him be pretending to be Bruce Wayne like he does in the comics and have Kate be like, wait a second, this is right, you're gone.
Oh my god,
or something like that.
That'd be really cool if they full up
I
just go
think
the Bruce Wayne
so.
route. Yeah.
So I've been
Yeah.
enjoying mostly Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow. Flash has tapered off a little, and Arrow fell hard in the second half of this last season. But I am way on board right now with the CW shows. I'm so happy, and to be honest with you, it would not shock me if Black Lightning gets thrown into this multiverse too.
At least just for the crossover. I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
it. That'd be fun.
It's Crisis on Infinite Earths. I feel like they should.
Yeah.
That hasn't come up, but it would not shock me, and I'm way into it.
I
Man,
want to read the book again. I really want to read this book again.
Just bringing Brandon Routh and being like, yeah, yo, this is a multiverse. We can pull from anything. And I'm like, great, good, do it, yes.
Hey, Brandon, refresh my memory, but Marv Wolfman wrote the original arc, right? For Crisis.
For King Crisis, yes.
Okay.
It was Marv Wolfman and George Perez.
Right.
Hell
He
yeah,
did the
baby.
art, right?
George Perez's the art.
Yeah, okay.
I'm so excited. Everybody come along this journey with me. It's going to be great.
Come with me.
And you'll
Yeah, I'm gonna
see-
now that they're all leaving Netflix, I do want to try and catch up before the new season starts.
It's gonna be
Ooh,
tough.
boy.
I'll probably do my best to catch up on at least Supergirl, but no promises, unfortunately.
All right,
Legends,
guys.
Legends is fantastic.
What I will do if it's impossible to catch up on everything, I will do my best to get as caught up as I can to start the
Yo,
new
man,
season.
there are people whose entire lives are dedicated to making like recaps on YouTube for this kind of thing.
I'm going to sell people on watching the last season of Legends real fast. Do you know Back to the Future? You know Biff? Hey, do you want to watch that actor sing a country song? Watch Legends.
I've seen the clip and I'm like, God damn it. I want to catch up on everything, man. Krypton looks good. That
What?
Like,
Oh, Krypton's been great.
yeah, dude.
Biff from
Oh
Back-
yeah, the new trailer for
Yes.
Krypton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's move from one DC universe to the next.
Okay.
Let's just go straight to the DC universe.
Let's do it.
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk about everything but Mother Effing Swamp Thing. God damn it.
That's
yeah,
awful.
Yeah.
Damn it all.
All right,
Yeah.
so let's talk about the shows that are already on. They're getting more seasons, which is
Yeah.
all of them but Swamp Thing. Let's talk about Young Justice. Season 4, baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this has been in development for a while, apparently.
Yeah, so that's like coming out like, is it this year? Did they say it was this year?
No, it is next
it's
year.
next year.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I got it right here. Titans is
Because the
coming this year.
the season ends at the end of this year, and then Titans will be this year.
Gotcha. Yeah, so Titans' second season's coming out September. They're filming that right now.
Yep.
Oh, we didn't talk about this in the news.
Oh, right.
This is seriously okay. So Titans has halted production because its special effects coordinator was killed in a stunt.
Right.
So Titans.
Oh, yeah.
So Titans right now is not
Oh.
filming. We don't know what's going to happen with that season right now. So this might be different news later. But it is getting a second season. If that drops in September, we'll find out. They're going through some really sad stuff.
Yeah.
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 That's a tragedy. But we got Doom Patrol coming back for a second season.
Mm-hmm.
We got to finish that show.
Thank
Now,
the Lord.
Doom Patrol, though, will be the first show in the DC universe to air on both DC Universe and HBO Max.
Yes, which makes me even more sad because you said Sparks. I'm like, oh wow, this will definitely mean DC Universe is going to be alive, right? And like, no, because Doom Patrol is premiering on HBO Max too.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, shit.
But
HBO
none
Max
of the
can be
none of the
home
other
of it.
shows. None of the other shows are
No,
at this
but
point anyway.
But
Yeah,
it's a start.
my point was that DC Universe can die and everything that they're doing, this original programming can go to HBO Max.
That's really sad. That's
These
double sad.
shows being renewed does not mean DC Universe as a service is safe.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
Doom Patrol, Titans, and Young Justice all got season renewals. That's great. Hashtag save Swamp Thing.
Too bad
Hashtag
for Swamp Thing.
Stop killing myself.
Yeah, hashtag save Swamp Thing. Andy Bean's in that new It movie.
Hell
He's
yeah.
going to become real famous. You should make a movie with him.
Yeah, I totally
Dude,
should.
talk about it like an opportunity right there, right?
Yeah.
So the new thing, we got a new Harley Quinn trailer, and I got to tell you, I was sold on that first like teaser that we got, but like this looks like a really, really fun show.
I was kind of sold on that first because I think I was just in a Harley Quinn burnout when that thing came out last year. And I was like, okay, yeah, it looks good, but at the same time, we're getting so much Harley Quinn that I'm kind of like done with Harley Quinn. See,
I'm just laughing because I feel like I live in a Batman, Joker, Harley Quinn burnout all the time.
yeah, we just have so much Batman.
Even with
Joker
good
stuff.
content coming out, I'm like,
Like,
man, I just
How
too
many
much.
Black Label books are about Harley or Joker? Like,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah, like freaking, and we also got Joker come out later in October.
Yeah.
But seeing this, like, I'm into this. I like this a lot. This is kind of like Harley Quinn Unleashed. And just
it's
her having a
irreverent.
grand old time.
It's like irreverent, like PG-13, like silly humor, like and like.
Well, more like
No, they're going hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like they're like saying shit, or like Harley Quinn's like holy shit, can we do that again? Batman's like no, or even that one character like flipping everyone off, going deuces.
To be fair, all those things you could do in PG-13.
This is still a PG-13
Oh yeah,
show.
all right.
Yeah.
That was
No,
a PG-
they have talked about they want to go for an R-rated show.
Yes.
And I think that I don't think this really shows that, but I did really like this, and I was surprised that I did because I don't like this version of Harley.
Yeah.
Just in general.
But see, like when it's that version of Harley interacting with the normal DC universe, we don't like. But when it's this DC universe, it's Harley's world. Like it's all Harley like related. Yeah. So like Batman's silly and all everything is silly because it's Harley.
And it's funny that I'm talking about our Harley Quinn burnout because one of my most anticipated books coming out this year is Sedgwick's Harleen.
Yeah. Again, it's just like
I can't wait for
with
that.
the right take. It's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, this looks like it reminds me. It's Always Sunny in a way, like really like I said, irreverent, like gaudy humor,
Right?
Like
does.
hitting people in the face, they're bleeding. Like wow, that's supposed to be funny, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty stoked with that show. Moving away from the DC universe onto more animated rated R stuff. Rick and Morty. Hey, Rick, I'm drunk.
Hey, they released a clip.
They released a 1-minute clip with Taika Waititi.
Wait, that was Taika Waititi?
Yes.
I told you it was. Man.
No, you didn't.
Looked right. Yes, I looked
We
right
looked
at
right
you and I
at
said,
you.
"That's Taika Waititi."
I do not remember this.
Yeah.
Well,
you were
right.
just so
I did do
entranced.
that though.
Yeah, season 4 of Rick and Morty's. I watched a couple of interviews with them.
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, we have a lot of episodes to make, so we're making them. So we're not going to release a full trailer. Here's a clip from an episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like
And
Rick and Morty.
they did show the attendees the cold open, but they're not putting it on online.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which, yeah, totally fair. But they did say that season 5 will be coming a lot sooner than season 4. Because the time between season 3 and season 4 has been almost 2 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But season 5 will be a couple months after because they had like a 4-season renewal. So
Right.
they had plenty of time to work on
They have
many episodes.
76 episodes.
The
Yeah.
way that you said that made it sound like season 5 was going to come out before season 4, and I was like, "Whoa, I did not hear that."
Inception.
Yeah, no, that's why I clarified.
This is a story told in reverse.
That'd be crazy, though. They would do it.
They would do it.
It would.
Oh, season 4 is going to come out in November.
Yeah.
That's pretty soon.
That's soon.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Oh, hey,
and again,
happy birthday to me again.
Yeah.
Or to Brandon and I.
Taika Waititi's voicing Gluty. We don't know if that's a one-episode.
I'm a
character.
November birthday too, Ben.
Happy birthday to the three of us.
Jeez.
I'm
All right, sorry. Go
No,
on.
it's fine. I'm just talking about Tootie over here. Rudy
Just
Tootie,
giving you a hard time.
I know.
fresh and Gluty.
I thought the clip they released was very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like,
Rick and Morty, still funny.
yeah, I'm glad
Yep.
the show still exists. Hell yeah. All right, guys. This is the part of the show where it's Ryan time.
It's Ryan time. It's the W's.
Let's talk about the W's right now. Let's talk about The Witcher.
There's a lot of just this that's just. There's a lot of just this that is just trailers from now on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And again, this is maybe the best Comic-Con for Ryan Leopoulos that's ever been alive. We're going to talk about real quick The Witcher.
No, we're both of us are going to talk about Witcher because I am very interested in this.
Have you played The Witcher, Ben?
I will.
Okay. I need you. You can't say things like that with having no previous.
I have some knowledge thanks to memes, but I will.
Excuse me, Ben. I think you'll find the show is based off the books, so you should read the books.
I am
So
totally
even yeah.
Hey, I am totally fine with reading the books. I would love
Ben,
to read
I was
the
being
books.
sarcastic.
But you should play those games. Anyway,
I do.
The Witcher, my man's. I keep saying my man's. I don't know why. It's about Geralt of Rivia. He's a Witcher. He's a mutated person who's a monster hunter. All you need is money, and monsters. What else do you need in this life, right? Well, turns out you need friendship and love. Tell me what you guys think about this, and what do you get from this trailer? Because The Witcher is a lot of things, and I like the tone that they're trying to go for with this specific trailer, like what they're trying to tell you. Hey, this is the world we're building.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
So I not having no prior knowledge of The Witcher, watching this trailer, it took me by surprise. It seemed pretty tame, more Game of Thrones early seasons, less fantasy. And then the end of it, like really, I wasn't totally sold until the end, where we see this giant thing come out of the swamp, and his eyes are like leaking goo, and I was that's when I was like, okay, yes, I want to see this show.
So I've not read the books, but the games I think operate in a similar way, where Geralt is a detective, and if you get a contract to go fight a monster, you can go fight the monster, but you will not know his weaknesses, you won't know anything about him, you won't even know what weapons work on him. It's a detective game like Batman, so you have to go read a bunch of books, talk to people, learn the monster's weaknesses. When his eyes glow like that, he is drinking a potion to help him fight that monster. In the Witcher universe, potions are toxic, and if you drink too many potions, you die. So it's a really fun world where Geralt's constantly constantly poisoning himself to save people. So he's constantly on the verge of death. He's like, man, this really sucks. Being a Witcher is really terrible. And they didn't really sell that aspect because, like, the show in the universe of The Witcher is very political and very race related. Elves were the people who brought magic to the world, and then we killed all the elves. So it's very much a class based, racist type of allegory thing that's really strong, and I'm glad they're putting it in the show. They're not shying away from that.
No.
All the armor looks like it's from the books, but it's the same thing from the games because the games are my.
Like,
And I want to say, I thought Henry Cavill looked really good.
Yeah.
You know,
That
that
was-
test footage did
I
not
agree.
do him justice.
No, it
I
did
agree.
not. Like seeing
lighting and like video cameras, like they help a lot.
Yeah, like seeing Henry Cavill in his full Witcher armor, like even like just him with like his shirt ripped open, or even with him in his whole full armor set, is like he looks like Geralt of Rivia. And he
in
looks,
motion.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
helps.
And they give him the cat's eyes.
They
like
did, I know they give him the yellow, but I couldn't see like the cat's side.
yeah,
like,
they're mutated to be able to see in the dark.
Okay.
They see in the nighttime. Yeah.
Sweet.
So it's just a small touch that that's always there, and I'm like, that's a cool. It's the little touches where I'm like, wow, they really care. They're
Yeah.
not just making it.
Like I assume like the single sword is from the books. He only gets his double sword from the games.
That is a game thing.
That is a game thing. Once again, because I had a feeling that when they said they're gonna make The Witcher on Netflix, they're gonna pull only from the books.
Again, like Ciri
And
is in the show.
Yeah.
She does not show up until the Witcher 3 video game. So like they're doing book stuff very different than the games. And again, that's really fun
Which-
because this is like the Marvel movies. Like it's a new avenue for you to learn.
And once again,
And the creator of the books, so the writer of the books, is involved in the series, but he's not involved in the games, which I thought was interesting.
yeah.
He's from everything I've seen, he's kind of an asshole.
Oh.
So
Well, yeah, that's probably fair.
So like the Witcher games are like they might not be the perfect representation of those books, but I also have heard some kind of gross things about the books that I have not learned or know if it's true or not. So we'll see how the adaptation for the TV show is.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know how
But
those
like-
things
Right.
go.
But like seeing Yennefer,
Yennefer, yeah.
like seeing because obviously in the game she's like
This is new to me. This
Yeah.
is awesome. She's a
So-
hunchback. She's
Uh-huh.
born a hunchback,
So
and then
I'm-
magic
once-
saves her.
Once again, this is going from the books, not from the games, because all I see from the games about Yennefer is people like, hey, should I woo Yennefer or Triss? Who should I woo? Who should I like sleep with? Now seeing Yennefer with somewhat deformed, I'm like, okay, this is a book thing, and I'm into it.
Yeah, me too. It
I
made
am
me immediately
so-
like want to pick up the books. I'm like, oh, this is a whole aspect of this character that I've known for a decade that I don't know anything about. That's
Exactly.
awesome.
So I just can't wait. I can't.
I'm just glad like the quality level's there. Like it doesn't look
Yes.
cheap. Like I'm just thank
Yes.
God it doesn't look cheap. That's all.
Yeah,
care
I
about.
love the look of the imagery of the show.
even that monster that was coming out of the water, I was like, this is definitely a Witcher game,
Giant
and I am
Spider-Boy,
100% into this.
And I do agree, it does have a Game of Thrones almost aesthetic. Like it kind of looks like Game of Thrones, but I don't think that's a bad thing. That show looks
No.
great.
Sure.
Next on the W train is let's do Westworld because I have lots to say about that. Westworld season 3. You guys didn't watch the trailer, which I'm glad because hey man, spoilers ahoy.
I don't want to be spoiled. So
Aaron Paul is like one of the new leads in the show, and like his like sad boy is like he's a really good sad boy. Like in Breaking Bad, like we can't keep letting him doing this like that. Aaron Paul is in this season. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna start crying immediately. So that show's about robots and revolutions and AIs and real sad stuff. So season 3.
it's a show it's on my list for a long time.
you got a whole year to catch up.
I know. I really want to watch it. I started watching the first episode with Pi at one time, but something happened. I never. We were stopped like 10 minutes before the end of that episode, and I just never went back.
Damn dog.
I don't know why.
I watched almost the entire first season while waiting for a plane to Shanghai.
Damn dog. It is only 10 episodes. You can do that.
Our flight got delayed bad.
Yeah, that's a whole season, baby.
Yeah.
All right, so the final W here. Oh my God, it's Watchmen.
Woo!
ooh
Yeah, they finally released that trailer.
I wasn't sure. Like we have Doomsday Clock, but that's a DC Batman sequel.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't sure what a actual sequel to Watchmen would look like, and this is way better than what I could have imagined. Because it's flipping everything on its head. All the cops are now vigilantes, and the people who were vigilantes are coming to kill them, and they're the bad guys. Dr. Manhattan's back. Ozymandias is there, and he's old. Like Laurie is back. Laurie's back.
What's interesting is when we see Avit, he is declared dead,
Yes.
but he's still alive.
Yes, I want to think
So-
maybe he did that on purpose, and he's like, I want to live the rest of my life with not being wanted, so I'm going to fake my
Probably.
death or something.
I also really like how they ended up making it like and you see little squid things, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah,
little nods to the books.
Yes, I wasn't sure, and I asked Sparks and Ben, like, what do those look like to you? Those look like squids, and you guys kind of agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really, really interesting that the plot is basically these vigilantes killed cops. So the cops become vigilantes so that they would hide their identities, so they stop killing cops. Now that's a really interesting wrinkle.
It's a wicked, wild, circle of craziness.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Like, all the cops now, they're in uniform. They have yellow masks to cover.
why do they wear masks? Because they have something to hide.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you see like Richard Nixon statues because like he was president for like 4 terms or whatever. This takes place now, right? So he's still like loved and stuff. That's crazy. Like that's the
and we see.
Go ahead.
I was shocked to see Dr. Manhattan at the end of this.
That's what gets me the most excited.
Oh,
truly,
man, that got me.
If they're showing him this early, then like who knows what the show really is?
Right.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! That like again, like I didn't catch it the first time I saw it, but Laurie Blake. That's Silk Spectre. She took Edward Blake's last name. She's Silk Spectre grown up. I didn't catch that the first time.
And she works for the FBI now.
And she's Meredith Bird from Legion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit, this is a real sequel to my favorite comic book.
see,
I can't believe it.
We see Archimedes, the Night Owl's plane.
So the government has taken Archie and Night Owl's technology and are using it. I'm like, man, this is so cool. They're using every aspect of Watchmen, and the Black Freighter flag showed up, and I'm like, man, like this is really cool, you guys.
This is great.
Like this is holy shit.
I'm really interested because this is really the first time that a sequel to a comic has been in a different medium. And this is definitely the sequel to the comic. Like it's not the movie.
It's not Doomsday Clock. It's not anything. It's the sequel to Al Moore and Dave Gibbons' book.
And
I find that so cool that they built something so unique from this comic. They knew we're not doing the comic. We're building off of it, though.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Man, it makes me wonder, like, if she took the last name Blake, then where's Dan? Where's Dan Dryberg? Where's Night Owl?
I'm so excited.
I really
see his ship.
Yeah, his ship is very, very present. Again, like, what's his name? The guy with the cowboy hat. I forget his name. Don Johnson.
Uh-huh.
Don Johnson has ownership. He looks like a military guy. Or he looks like a police guy. So he has Night Owl's ship, Archimedes. So I'm like, man, just like what the state of the world. I am so curious what the state of this world is because, like, do they worship Dr. Manhattan? Because like, there's like a festival where he's hanging out. I'm like,
and they know he's on the moon. They know he lives on the moon.
Mars,
Right.
Mars.
Yeah.
Mars.
Mars. Sorry, yes.
And
we see a shot of Mars and his
And
palace
him there, yeah.
crumbles.
Yeah. And like again, like we have satellites to, like, look at Mars and like we're in the future, like we can see that stuff. So like we know
This
where
is
Dr.
more
Manhattan is.
This is more Watchmen than I expected to see.
This is more Watchmen than Watchmen. Than the movie, like for real, like this gives me the tone and like, oh man, this is gonna be dark and sad.
This is like the learning of the past of the comedian and all the others, what that was like through the graphic novel. But now we're doing it for the generation that we were following through the graphic novel and all back later again.
And again, like this entire New World Order was built on a lie, and these people found out, and they're like, oh wow, we have to have a revolution. And that means killing all the cops. And like, this is some like heavy. This is really heavy shit.
Yeah.
And it's a comic book movie or a comic book TV show. I'm like, just thank you, Damon Lindelof. I know you've messed up in the past, but like, thank you for Leftovers. Thank you for Watchmen.
Yeah, I'm stoked for this.
Yeah. Did it give a release date?
I don't.
I don't see one.
Okay.
I don't think so.
It's probably not this year.
No, I think it is this year. I just don't think they're saying it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's late fall this year.
That would be awesome if it was.
All right. The trio of W's is over. It's time to move on to something darker. His darker materials. His dark materials, guys. So after watching this trailer, I immediately remembered the like 2008 Golden Compass movie, and I'm like,
Same.
oh right, it's about stealing children and killing them for their essence.
Yes.
Oh wow, this show's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Because that movie sucks.
Yes, the books are very good, and I'm very excited. This looks like it's going to be a great adaptation of this. Daphne Keane, I'm so glad that she's playing the lead.
I'm glad she's getting work.
We've got a great cast in this. Man, the bear looks great. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bear looks awesome.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, that bear does
So,
look super cool.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, if you remember the film at all, he's playing the Sam Elliott character.
Very
that's
different
what
look.
that's what I thought he was playing.
Yeah. Daniel Craig is James McAvoy.
James McAvoy,
Yeah.
right?
Ruth Wilson is Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman, yeah.
Yeah, all the things are there.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, like we talked about a bad-looking CGI animal movie. Like these animals look great because they're not completely realistic. They're just cartoony enough, but still realistic. It's the little things that matter.
This is going to be I'm so excited, guys.
I am too. And you know what? In a weird way, this trailer reminded me of? It reminded me of the Purge TV show. Because you know how the Purge movie, that whole night happens in one day, in an hour and a half? That happens all over, 10 episodes. So we're going to see the slow buildup of this crazy world and all this stuff happen instead of an hour and a half. And I'm like, oh, man, I see the seeds that they're building. I'm like, this is great.
This is
looks
the
good.
best way to do these books. I'm so happy this is happening.
HBO's giving them a budget. Hell yeah, baby.
This is also, just to point out, it is coming to HBO. This is a joint production with BBC.
Very interesting.
And they're the ones who are kind of, HBO's got distribution and all that, and they do have a hand in making it, but this is a BBC-led production. I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, it's really cool. Ben, did you ever read the books?
No, I saw the movie, and that's pretty much it. I saw the movie, and the girl I was kind of seeing at the time, she really did not want me to go see the movie because she's really hardcore Catholic. She's like,
Yep.
She's like, hey, this movie destroys God. I'm like, how? It's just an alternate world. What's going on here? That's a conversation for another day. But I saw the movie, and at first I thought it was good, and then I thought about it more. I was like, it was all right. But I saw it because I saw a polar bear kicking ass wearing golden armor. I'm like, yo, that's cool.
I know that movie isn't good, but I like it on a level.
That's fair.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I watched it once in theaters.
Go ahead, Brandon. You had some thoughts on this?
No, that was it.
Oh, just the movie?
Yeah, I'm good.
Gotcha.
I only saw the Golden Compass once in theaters. That was the only time I saw it.
Same.
And then I never saw it
I hear what we're revisiting soon. Commentary!
Oh, no.
All
All right, so this one's for me, just real quick. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had a was this the mid-season trailer, or was it the next season trailer?
This was for
right?
the mid-season.
Yeah, okay, I thought so.
It was the final episode.
Right. Okay. Okay. I watched the first 3 episodes of the season, and I really enjoyed it. I know we were hesitant on Coulson coming back, but the alternate dimension stuff they're doing with him is really cool. And this trailer really sold me on finishing the season because the stuff they're doing with him is cool.
So it's not alternate dimension. I just found this out because of this trailer. It's not alternate dimension. It is Arc Phil Coulson, but he's got a new brain in him or something like that.
I don't think so.
That's what I heard from the panel. Anyway,
Did you guys get that from that trailer?
I kind of did get the vibe that they were trying to bring out the real Phil Coulson from it, which made me immediately go, no.
Yeah, but Daisy has a line Coulson died a year ago. I'm gonna try to forget that. I hope they don't do that because that's the opposite of what I want.
Because this trailer is about them trying to be Sarge Coulson's character is he still has this loyalty to the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents because he still has kind of those memories lingering inside of him, but he doesn't remember them because he's not Phil Coulson. He is Sarge.
I will finish this season and I'll let you know because I'm not. You might be right, but I don't like that. I don't want that.
No, I agree. That's not what I want, which is why that was the vibe I was getting. Because when he's doing the thing with Quake. And she's got the sword, and he's like, "You've always been strong enough." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, they really are leaning into the idea that Coulson exists inside of him, and I don't like that. I wanted Coulson to just be dead,
and that's the problem. Those first 3 episodes, they do that. He is a bad guy.
Sure.
So it bums me out that they're almost I don't want him to be a good guy. I hope this is a twist. I hope it's twisty.
We'll see.
Because
it looked like there was some exciting stuff, but I don't know if it's enough to make me get on board with this season.
No, I feel you. Hey guys, you know what's next? Woohoo!
DuckTales.
Season 2. Go for it, baby.
I hear there's a Darkwing Duck in this, and that looks real exciting amongst
there is
everything else.
Let's get dangerous.
Season 3 is going to have Tailspin or something like that.
So it's entered full Spider-Verse territories, right?
What?
Yeah, we're
they
going
have a
for
poster. Obviously, they've already been renewed for Season 3. Season 3 has a bunch of new guest stars from Tailspin and Rescue Rangers, and it's getting crazy, guys.
God damn! All right,
Season 5 Gargoyles.
Duckiverse.
Don't put that thought in my brain, Sparks.
Duck versions of the gargoyles.
Yeah, Duck versions of the gargoyles.
Oh God,
Duckgoyles. I'm very I'm not 100% caught up on DuckTales, but I'm very excited with the production quality of the show. Looks like it
does look nice.
It looks like it's been staying top notch. It's quality content. They have an excellent cast. They're killing it.
I don't
know
what the story is, why we're getting Duck Spider-Verse, but I really like it.
Yeah.
I really like, and there are different animation styles happening too, and it's this is a really cool thing that I didn't know I kind of wanted.
Do we know if Gizmo Duck was introduced in the first season or no?
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, Gizmo Duck was introduced.
Okay, because I know Gizmo Duck was a DuckTales staple, and then Darkwing Duck takes place in the same world as DuckTales because Launchpad McQuack. But seeing Darkwing Duck in this trailer for season 2 it's got me hook, line, and sinker.
It is really cool seeing Darkwing Duck for the first time in 20 years.
Obviously not the same voice actor, which kind of bums me out, but Darkwing friggin' Duck. That's just like, yes.
Speaking of yes.
Brandon, any thoughts on DuckTales?
Sorry, I was just clarifying what's going on with Coulson and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh boy, it's not that important.
Well, I wanted to know if I had remembered right or if I was misremembering. No, DuckTales. Yeah, I have not seen all of season 1, but I really loved what I watched. I'm kind of at this point waiting for Disney Plus. To catch up.
Have it all.
I'm excited to go back. I actually just bought the entire series of the original DuckTales.
Nice.
Really?
I'm looking forward to going back through that series because that series was real good too.
No, I was at the mall the other day. Really quick side tangent. There was this T-shirt on sale at a Disney store, and it said it had like Scrooge, Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Webby in a thing of money, and it said DuckTales. Woohoo! I was this close to buying it. It was only $7, and I didn't because I don't need any more T-shirts.
We didn't talk about it in the news, but they're introducing a female Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. A woman got a blood transfusion from Donatello or something, so she's becoming a turtle.
Oh,
yes. Real quick though, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not dealing with the multiverse. Confirmed. So,
that's a bummer.
That's what I wanted to clarify for my.
Well, thanks for ruining my dreams, Brandon.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
I stopped watching that show for a reason, I guess. It wasn't keeping my attention that much. Speaking of things that didn't keep my attention, but I definitely should keep up.
And part of the news for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Sorry, real quick. Part of the news for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is that its season 7 will be its last. We didn't cover that.
That's true.
Yes, season 7 will be its final season, and they are using the opportunity to go batshit crazy to end with a bang.
Cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, and it definitely looks like this, whatever is happening in this final part of the season, it's crazy stuff is happening.
Now that they don't care about continuity.
Yeah, right. So yeah, My Hero Academia season 4. I'm halfway through season 2. God damn it.
Nobody watched this trailer, so that's fine. We could just skip it.
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't finished season 3. I've been waiting for you.
I haven't seen.
Don't do that.
I'm waiting for the dub, so I don't have access to the
good
dub
news.
right now.
The season 4 dub trailer just got released, Ben. You want me to tell you about it? I don't know what
dub?
happened.
Well,
I didn't watch it either. I thought maybe Sparks had watched it because I know he likes the show. So
I do like the show. I'm not caught up.
Funimation pulled out the English dub from Hulu, so I can't watch the dub anymore. It really ticks me off, and I really want to watch the dub.
I read this as Steven Movieverse, but it's Steven Universe the movie.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it is.
Okay, so I saw the trailer for this on Facebook, and I really dug it. Especially since Steven looked a little more grown up. I haven't caught up on Steven Universe.
There is a time jump.
Yeah, but I haven't caught up on Steven Universe. I have seen a handful of episodes. I can say I like the show. It is on my list of things I need to watch.
Too many shows.
Oh, so many shows.
So
Sparks, give it to me, buddy.
Steven Universe's last episodes kind of ended the overarching narrative that it seemed we were going for a long time, most of the show. Mm-hmm. And now everyone has kind of been wondering, we knew there was more coming, but we didn't know what it was going to be about. There was no longer a clear, this is what it's going to be about.
6 seasons and a movie.
And this movie is coming out of left field, hot and bizarre, and I don't know exactly what's happening, and I love it because we're going in a whole
2nd.
new direction.
So is this going to be the end of Steven Universe, or is this just
a new beginning?
No, this is a new beginning.
Oh.
There are more seasons. This is something wholly new is happening.
The Movieverse.
I'm in.
I love it.
All right, guys.
I just need to catch up.
I love the time jump. I love change.
Well, luckily the Steven Universe episodes are pretty decently short because I was also watching OKKO the other day too, so I was.
Oh my God, Ben!
What?
Speaking of,
what a mother effing transition!
Oh shit!
Our next topic's about OK Go. Let's be heroes.
Did I seriously just? Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh my God!
It's perfect. It's like you knew we were about to talk about your boy.
My
Stephen
boy?
King.
Oh,
yeah, he shows up in the show. Weird.
OKKO, let's meet Stephen King.
No, you why don't you tell us one, Sparks? Because you're the OK guy.
This is super exciting. OKKO in this, it just started its 3rd season, and next month they're going to have Sonic the Hedgehog come to the
And
show
Tails.
with Tails. And honestly, the way the show goes, I wouldn't be surprised if there were a few more surprises down the road of other
Knuckles.
characters showing up as well. But this is a show that has already had the entire original voice cast of Captain Planet return for an episode. It did a major Cartoon Network crossover episode that involves specifically 4 characters from 4 different shows, but then also several other shows in a big way.
Did you watch Psych?
Yes, it's been a long time.
Okay, Psych has a Twin Peaks reunion. That's
No
that's the only
shit.
reason that I kind of like that show, because it gave us a Twin Peaks reunion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should think about that.
Yeah, anyway.
Sorry, reunions.
Okay, so, OKKO is now bringing in Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails for an episode called OKKO Let's Meet Sonic. And I'm so here for it. I'm so happy.
You're here for it. I saw the clip on Twitter, and when KO was doing the moves, I'm like, "That's Sonic Adventure. That's this. That's the original Sonic logo from the box art." And then when they bounce in, I'm like, "Oh, this is so great!" Even the music's like, it sounds like 16-bit chip art or chip music from the Sega Genesis. I am.
Did you do you know if Roger Craig Smith is Sonic?
I do not.
Because he's like the main Sonic guy, right?
I imagine
He is now.
I imagine that who the current voice of Sonic will be Sonic.
Probably Roger Craig Smith.
Yes.
Probably.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so we got a little clip from Gandhi Tartakovsky's next huge project.
Yeah, we did.
Primal. Hey guys, do
Lord.
you like dinosaurs getting their noses chopped off? I sure do.
I didn't know I did.
This looked excellent.
Yeah, it's
And
only a
it's-
minute, and I love
It's
it.
not going to have any dialogue in the whole show.
Oh yeah, that's confirmed.
Yeah, that's what they said. It's going to be completely dialogue free.
Hell yeah.
I'm very excited.
Hey,
for this.
do you like Gendy's animation? Bask in it. Love it. This is what the Lion King
do you
movie
want
should have
that?
been.
Yeah.
Did you like the dark tone of Samurai Jack season 5? Here's more of that.
Enjoy, peasants.
I love it.
Man, Samurai Jack season 5 is really good.
Hey,
Tartakovsky is our animation god.
Hey, did season 5 ever come out on Blu-ray DVD yet?
Yeah, the whole series is on
All
Blu-ray.
right, cool. How much is it? Because I need to get it.
Like $100.
It's your soul. Cost your
Damn.
soul.
Does anyone have it that I could borrow it?
No, good
I
luck.
don't have a
guys.
soul. I
Son of a
can't.
bit.
All right, guys. Now it's time for Snowpiercer.
Oh, man.
Hey, this series has had such a hard time getting to air. It's ridiculous.
Doctor Strange director Scott Derrickson directed the original pilot for this show.
Yes, he
and
did.
then he was taken off of it, and they reshot the pilot. I think this show looks really good, so I'm really curious what his vision was compared to this vision.
Yeah,
because I think this
I-
was
yeah, same.
awesome. Maybe
Same.
This looks like a direct, like it is an adaptation of that graphic novel, which is that movie. But this looks like it's going to be again like The Purge. It's going to be a slow descent into madness instead of an immediate jump, which
Right.
is so cool.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah?
Samurai Jack the complete series, $34.99.
That's 5 seasons, baby. That's not bad. That's $7 a season.
Oh.
Real good.
Is that Blu-ray?
That's DVD, Blu-rays, $45.
Oh.
Also not bad.
No, it's
Still not bad. Yeah.
This is the complete series with season 5?
That's what it says.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm having a hard time
Amazon.
believing this.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time believing it too.
I mean, I just need season 5, but okay.
It's like a guy in a
I'm
back alleyway. Hey, you want these DVDs?
You know what? I will buy it and let you know
Oh.
if this is real.
All right.
So, for those of you who don't know, those of yous,
Those
I'm
yous.
from Jersey. For those of you who don't know, Snowpiercer is about the apocalypse, but it's a frozen apocalypse. The government tried to stop global warming, ended up freezing the world, destroying, killing pretty much everyone.
More like global colding.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
You can
no.
leave now.
Man, we're gonna have nobody left in this podcast. But this one genius developer decided to build a railroad across the world, almost like he knew this was going to happen. Wow, that's crazy. Maybe it
Oh.
was planned. Crazy. But it's a class system where it's a long train. The people in the back of the bus, the back of the train are the working folk. The people in the front are the rich people. It's a class system type of thing.
Yeah,
but it's
it
on a
looks
train.
like the people up in the closer to the engine got to party. They are the rich guys. They get to live the good life, whereas all the people in the back who make the train run and work, they are like, they're the poor people. They're like, all right, well, they're scum. They suck.
Yeah, and
That movie's real good.
it is.
It is real good.
It is really good.
Never seen
Chris Evans is in it, babe. It's great.
So have you ever been told?
And again, like that movie, like it and again, this show, it looks just like the visuals are so cool because it is this like mile-long train, and there's a dance floor, there's a shower place, there's every
There's a school.
every cart is like a building. and they look all so drastically different. And like the upper class and the lower class look completely different, and that is so cool to see on a visual level if we're going from one cart to the other. And that's what I love about that movie. Seeing them like it's like The Raid. Instead of going up an apartment building, you're going sideways. It's like a side-scrolling video game. It is a video game. Wow, that's great, Ryan. Good job, Ryan. So yeah, I'm really excited about Snowpiercer. I'm sad about Scott Derrickson. I wonder what that show was going to be.
I love Daveed Diggs in this. This is looking great. Jennifer Connelly too.
Yeah, a lot of really good cast. Like, and I love Jennifer Connelly. And like, again, this is a TBS show. Like, for some reason, like I don't think of TBS.
It's real weird.
It's like it's Deadly Class on Sci-Fi weird.
Yes.
Well, remember, it wasn't supposed to be on TBS. It was supposed to be on something else.
Okay.
It was like it went from like AMC to TNT to TBS. It's been bouncing around a lot of networks. It's had a really tough time getting to air.
Yeah, this definitely looks like TBS's like biggest venture for TV.
I think so.
It's like The Expanse on Sci-Fi. Like they're trying to do something really big. All right, Brandon, I'm going to give this one to you. The Orville. It's moving to Hulu for season 3. What's up with that?
Yeah. So I'm not going to read the whole quote.
It's a long quote.
But basically at Comic-Con, they did announce that season 3, it does have a season 3 renewal. It is still a Fox property, but because they're not going to be able to make the mid-season premiere and create the show they want to create, they've decided that the show will be airing on Hulu from now on. Hulu will be the exclusive home for the Orville.
Do you buy that, Brandon?
Well, yeah. So the way they talk about it, for one, if it's on Hulu, we can get a bigger budget. There is also that, which would be really nice because the show is actually very expensive.
Oh yeah, it is.
The show is very expensive to produce. The show is a labor of love for Seth MacFarlane, but Seth MacFarlane is one of the busiest men working. He's got like 15 Fox properties just
right,
just in general. So the fact that he says to the audience, "Look, if we get it by mid-season, we're not going to create the product we want to create. But if we put it on Hulu, we can, and it airs on 2020. In 2020, then we deliver a solid product. You know what? I'm okay with that.
I just don't get why they can't just premiere it later. Why do they have to like meet this deadline? Why don't they just
probably due to like advertising and politics and things? And
this is all like broadcasting stuff, and really what this is because the Fox channel, we don't know exactly what the breakdown is anymore of what is there and what Disney also has a say in or any of that. But this is clearly like Disney, the company, clearly is willing to back the Orville because they're putting it to Hulu. And I think that's honestly just the safer place for it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't trust shows living on Fox anyway.
No, I agree.
I don't either.
I think the Orville living on Hulu and living on its own timetable, like, not to bring it up, but like Louis C.K.'s Louie, they just let him, hey, when you're ready, you release a season. And they didn't hold him to a timetable. If they're going to do the same thing with MacFarlane and let him just release the Orville as he wants, I'm fine with that. I think it has a longer lifespan there.
Yeah, I agree. I think Hulu is a better home for. I think streaming is just a better home for those type of shows anyway. Yeah. They are very expensive.
Yeah, I was gonna watch the Orville on Hulu anyways. That's where I've watched the first few episodes, and I was really scared that eventually Fox was just gonna see the Orville and be like, "Nah, we're done with this." I mean, Seth MacFarlane, he makes their money with Family Guy anyways, but they're like, "Yeah, we're done." So having Disney and just say, yeah, we like this, but we're going to put it on Hulu, and you can take your time with it, I'm all for it. Because the episodes of the Orville I have seen, I'm not caught up. It's, once again, on my list. I don't want the Orville to go away without Seth MacFarlane doing what he wanted to do.
I need the Orville. Like, the Orville scratches my Star Trek itch that the other Star Trek shows aren't, and we'll get to it in a little bit.
Oh, buddy, so much.
Maybe that'll change. But the Orville is Star Trek: The Next Generation. It is that show that I need on TV.
You got to finish that second season, bud.
I know. I'm
going
to do it this week.
I'm
doing it this week.
I need to finish both seasons. This is what I need to do.
All right, guys. So we're gonna move from one Star Trek property to the next Star Trek property. Let's talk about Star Trek.
Oh, we actually are talking about Star Trek.
Here we go.
All right, Brandon.
Okay. All right.
Let's start first with Star Trek Lower Decks. What's that about?
So Lower Decks is the first animated show that CBS All Access is producing. There are 2 in production right now, 3 if you count the Nickelodeon show. This is the Rick and Morty guys. A couple of guys from Rick and Morty are doing the Star Trek Lower Decks. and it's about a couple of low-level crewmen dealing with an unimportant ship in Starfleet. And what actually has me interested in, I like the design. I like the character designs are good. They're very much modern day animation, and they're kind of like low detail, high detail type animation that we see in like Steven Universe and OKKO and things like that.
Just from what I saw, this reminds me a lot of the Be Cool Scooby-Doo animation.
Yeah. So it does star Tawny Newsome as Ensign Mariner, who's this badass chick who's got a batleth, which was kind of cool. I also like the designs of the costume. Jack Quaid is Ensign Boimler.
Boimler.
Cool. Noel Wells as Ensign Tendi. And then Eugene Cordero as Ensign Rutherford, and he's got like this cool cybernetic thing that they've described as like new, and there is a larger cast too. It does have a captain, but they're lower level character. Those aren't the main characters. Yeah, it is a comedy show, and it's set after Voyager. So it is until Picard comes out the furthest point of the Star Trek franchise. So that's kind of cool that they're going away from the prequel stuff, and we're finally getting into more of the kind of sequel stuff. I'm interested in that very much.
Yeah, it sounds like Star Trek Damage Control, the animated series.
That was my thought.
A little bit. Yeah, look. It's got a good team on it. Kurtzman, I'll say it here. I was going to say it with Picard, but I'll say it here. Kurtzman does always give me pause because he has an interview where he says that Star Trek isn't supposed to be aspirational, which is just wrong. Like, that's just, do not understand Star Trek.
Buddy, I get it.
Dude, humanity reached peace. They don't have money or war or problems anymore. What are you talking about? It's literally all about aspirations.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Star Trek's supposed to be about exploring and finding cool stuff, not about pew-pew. That's Star Wars.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the DNA of what he thinks of Star Trek is just, for me, fundamentally wrong. So whenever his name is attached to it, I do get pause. But it's got some good creative people on it, so I am willing to give it a shot.
Hell
awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on from the lower decks to the short treks. Tell me about these shorty shorts.
So short treks, this is the next, I think 5 short treks. 2 of them are going to be animated, and 3 of them, it looks
6.
like, are going... 6. Thank
we
you.
all watched this trailer.
Yeah, I really liked this because it was dealing with Captain Pike, who is the first captain of the Enterprise. Well, second. He was from the first pilot of the Enterprise of Star Trek: The Original Series. Anson Mount comes back, and
I love
Rebecca
Black Bolt.
We know her as Mystique, but she was number 1. Ethan Peck comes back as Spock, but this time Ensign Spock. Like, we're seeing, it looks like 3 of them are based within that kind of Enterprise era where we first meet Captain Pike, and I'm happy with the look of it. I like the primary color uniforms. I am looking forward to seeing more of Captain Pike. I think that was a really good inclusion to Discovery. It really helped Discovery feel a little bit more like Star Trek. But again, this one is, though, Kurtzman all the way. This is Kurtzman, whole creative hand there. So again, like,
I feel that with the tribbles.
All this, yeah, there are not supposed to be tribbles.
Yo, the second H. John Benjamin shows up, and I'm like, yo, why is Bob's Burgers in Star Trek right now? This isn't the Orville. That's what I was like. I don't come to Star Trek for comedy. Sorry, I got the Orville.
Yeah, no,
exactly. I got the tribbles to be kind of like a horror thing. I don't know. I got
the tribbles.
Be.
The Tribbles aren't supposed to be there. They don't make first contact with the Tribbles until Kirk is the captain of the Enterprise.
But what if, Brandon, everything you knew was wrong?
Screw all of you.
Yeah. No, not me. It's Kurtzman.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The fact that Kurtzman is running this franchise is just... What naked pictures does he have on these people?
Right.
And then there's that little girl who's like, it tickles, and then she eats it. It's like,
the fur.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
are tribbles even edible?
We'll find out.
No. Well, the Klingons might have eaten them.
Yikes!
There's a Klingon. The Klingons went to war with the Tribbles. It was great.
Wait, you know what? No, that's a question for
a different day.
That's a different day.
Let's get to the big juicy one.
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about Star Trek: Picard.
Yeah. So name
All
aside.
right, engage, Brandon.
Oh man, so this is really hitting my nostalgia.
Me too. 'Cause this is the only sorry, Brendan. This is the Star Trek show that I have watched all of it. This is the one.
So yeah, Star Trek: The Next Generation was my entry point into Star Trek. This is where Star Trek first started for me. I remember the first episode I watched like it was yesterday. Captain Picard is my captain. Seeing Patrick Stewart return is so exciting to me. And the fact that he says engage at the end of the trailer really got me. Because he says engage. We see Data, which shocked me. I don't think I think it probably is not a good idea that Brent Spiner comes back, but I'm still excited to see that Data's back.
It looked a little weird, just a little bit.
Yeah, because he's 60.
Yeah, he has like it's like
Data's
the same.
not supposed.
Yeah,
Data's not supposed to age.
Jerry Ryan looks great.
Hey, I mean, it's helped by the fact that he's not a human being. So
yeah, Jerry Ryan is 7 to 9. Like she looks great.
I'm so glad that Jerry Ryan is 7 to 9 comes back, and I'm really hoping that we do have confirmation that we're seeing Riker back, Troy's coming back, Data obviously, but the fact that 7 to 9 is coming back gives me hope that we'll not just see Next Gen crew come back, but also DS9 and Voyager crew show up within the show.
I believe it. Yeah.
I'd be really excited to see that. The only issue I have, and again, good creative team, so I'm willing to give this a shot. And I don't think Patrick Stewart would come back if he didn't believe in the project. But the only thing that gives me pause is that it does still have that kind of like, and I guess if this was just the first look of Star Trek that we got, then I'd be feel a little different. But it does look like Discovery, like it's got the same tech and the same design sensibilities. But also, I don't think Star Trek should be dealing with nostalgia. I don't think that's what the franchise should be leaning into. I think they need to be dealing with kind of pushing new ground and going to new directions.
I agree. And Brendan, that's why I really like this trailer a lot. And again, but like before this was coming out, I was like, man, I really hope this isn't Picard in space again, because I would like something different. Him on a vineyard, something really, like actually different. But I'm not gonna lie, like I agree, Star Trek shouldn't be nostalgic, but like in a time where the Star Trek we're getting is bad, maybe we do need to go to the past, like a Force Awakens. Maybe we do need Picard.
Yeah, maybe.
And we need Next Gen to save us. Maybe.
And I hope that it's not. I hope that it's just. It's not like, oh, we're gonna Loganify Picard. He's gonna say the F-bomb, and like, no, I want Picard to come back. Like, I want Picard. I don't want a different take on Picard. Because I think you
want a guy who reads poetry and he collects artifacts and he's romantic.
I want the explorer who has an overwhelming sense of duty. Like, that's who I want back. I don't want something new.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
I'll tell you, I did have one problem with this trailer, and it's just the structure of the trailer. I don't like that they revealed Borg stuff, because the girl is clearly tied to the Borg, and if they would have naturally let us learn that she might be the origin of the Borg, weird time travel, Borg stuff. Like, if they would have let us to see that on the show as it progressed, then I'd probably feel really cool. But the fact that I know what this show is now kind of bums me out even a little bit, just a little bit.
It does make sense that 7 to 9 is there. It does look like they're probably retreading a little bit of First Contact because of his connection to the Borg.
Yeah.
So it does make sense that the Borg is there, because that's ground people like to return to, is his connection to the Borg.
No, I know. I just wish because this is gonna be like a whole season thing. I wish they would have kind of saved that for like a big reveal.
Yeah. I agree. I wonder,
because like, what's the mystery of this girl? That's the point of the trailer. Then they show us a Borg cube. Like, oh, I know the mystery now. Okay.
Well, I don't think she's connected to the origin of the Borg, like you suggested. But I do think she is connected to the Borg in some way. We do see Romulans and Klingons, and so there could be something more to it.
Yeah. I do think this is a good trailer, and like, it's the Star Trek maybe that I want. Like, this is the closest in years where I'm like, man, I want to watch a Star Trek show.
Yeah. This is the one that was the hard sell for me, and I'm sure like CBS knew what they were doing. They're like, oh, people aren't crazy about Discovery? Let's get Patrick Stewart back.
And again, I don't think he would do it unless it was probably good.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah. And again, Michael Chabon is the showrunner of this, and he's written Star Trek books, and he's a huge Star Trek fan. Like, the fact that Kurtzman isn't a creative hand on this, I'm more willing to give this a shot.
Yeah, it's like almost like it's probably a bad analogy, but like a Filoni situation. We're like, wow, Filoni finally got to do some live action stuff. He knows exactly what works for Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo, boy. All right, guys. It's time.
Oh, wait.
That was a good trailer.
One more.
Yeah, go for it.
One more thing.
Oh, sorry.
One more thing. There is another returning cast member, and I didn't see this coming.
Which one?
Hugh, who is a Borg from the episode I, Borg, that they accidentally give independence to.
Oh, yeah, dude.
He is returning, and I'm kind of excited to see what they do with that.
Is he going to be like his BFF butler, like robot friend or something, you think?
Oh, I don't know, but he's the reason why the Borg were almost destroyed. So I'm kind of curious to see where they go with that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm interested.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, another TNG cast member, but a really obscure one. That's cool.
All right. So, yeah, lots of cool Star Trek news, thankfully, because we're living in not the best timeline for Star Trek.
Hey, when I saw this Picard trailer, I'm like, man, I need to watch the Next Generation. I need to watch that.
Calm down there, Kelvin.
My guy, you need to watch The Next Generation.
My guy.
All right.
Yo, man, yeah, like, I love The Next Generation. That's the shit. All right, guys, it's comic time. It's my time again. Welcome to the Ryan Leopolis Power Hour. Dr. Doom!
No.
Who's that?
Well, let me tell you. How long
3
do we have?
hours later.
I actually did a podcast 2 years ago about the history of Dr. Doom. You can find it on the interview with the comic book nerd. All right,
God,
Dr.
was
Doom,
that
baby.
2 years ago?
Dude, it might have been longer. All right.
Did you have your nose ring?
Did I have my glasses?
No.
That's Brandon. I realized that's my new thing. Like, how long I've had my glasses is my new. How long I've had my nose ring.
It's only been a couple weeks.
I know, but it's gonna be a year when I blink. All right, guys, Doctor Doom's coming back with a #1 comic. This is really exciting for me. You guys know I love the Dooms. It's written by Christopher Cantwell, who is not a comic writer, but he did do the television show *Halt and Catch Fire*, which is a '80s hacker TV show that had Lee Pace in it. I heard good things about it. It's done by Salvador LaRocca, who did Star Wars Darth Vader, but he also did my Iron Man run with Matt Fraction, the one I have tattooed on my chest.
Okay.
That's Salvador LaRocca. He's great. So, guys, Victor Von Doom, scientist, sorcerer, disfigured face, twisted soul, has been spending much of his time warning against a $1 trillion global effort to create the first artificial black hole. Wrestling with visions of an entirely different future, a better future, Dr. Doom, it's in capitals, finds himself at a crossroads. A catastrophic act of terrorism kills thousands, and the prime suspect is Doom? So Doom's framed, basically. I don't want you to read this whole thing. Basically, Dr. Doom's framed when he's not infamous Iron Man anymore. He's not a good guy. He's just neutral Victor Von Doom. Hey, I'm an asshole, but I'm here for my people. So when he gets framed, he doesn't like that. I think this is just a miniseries. I'm just really excited Doom's getting a comic.
No, it's awesome.
That's all. That's all I got.
Doom.
All right, guys.
What is *Halt and Catch Fire*?
*Halt and Catch Fire* is an AMC or FX television show that takes place in the 1980s, and it's about hackers dealing with like government conspiracies and hacking the internet and stuff in the 80s.
Because this is not the first time we've seen this come up. This title come up, I don't think.
It's because, some last week or 2 weeks ago, somebody else who worked on *Halt and Catch Fire* was talked about. You're right.
Yeah,
yes, those guys are getting a lot of play. All right, guys, it's time for the Star Wars. My accent this day. For the Star Wars Power Hour. So we have 2 new Star Wars books coming out. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, Allegiance, written by Ethan Sachs and drawn by Luke Ross. Luke Ross has drawn a lot of Star Wars books. He most recently did he did the Darth Maul book, I believe. No other details were given, but it's set between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Wow,
cool.
You knew that one. Go ahead, Brandon. What's up?
Well, it's the Star Trek kind of prequel novels, like the Journey to the Force Awakens or the Journey to the Last Jedi.
Star Wars.
Have always been really. Did I say Star Trek? I'm sorry.
You did.
It's late. The Star Wars prequel comics have been pretty interesting, so I'm still interested in this.
Yeah.
Because I think it's probably going to be them dealing with like the Resistance and things like that.
Yep.
So it'd be cool.
That is one of the new Star Wars books, but the other one is the one I'm actually more excited about, and it's Star Wars: The Rise of Kylo Ren, and it's written by Charles Soule, who
hell yeah,
everything that guy writes is literally gold. So no artist announced, but Charles Soule says, "I am writing The Rise of Kylo Ren, a limited series comic launching in December, just before Episode 9. You know the story of everyone dying to see. Excuse me, you know the story everyone's dying to see about Kylo and the Knights of Ren." Yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. He brings a lot of soul to his work, so
Oh,
I'm ready.
No, I was sold on Charles Soule's work when I picked up that True Believers Darth Vader of his Vader run.
He wrote that Civil War comic that we read.
Which Civil War
So-
comic?
The what if
The
Yeah, he
Secret
did.
Wars. The Secret
Yeah,
Wars
he
Civil
did.
War, where the bomb went
the
off.
alternate Civil War.
I don't think I read that.
Oh, he might not have been on that
no,
episode.
I wasn't on that episode.
Oh, he wasn't on that episode.
I was on that
Oh,
episode.
man, that's like the best comic ever made, bro.
No, well, I mean, he wrote Swamp Thing.
He did. He literally everything
He-
he's written has been good.
So you're
Wrote a
sold
very
on
good
Soul.
something.
It doesn't. It doesn't-
Say it.
Nah.
No.
Say it.
I'm not going to say it.
Say his name.
I am not going to say it.
Say
But
I'm
you can't
sold on
force-
Soul.
I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to say I liked his that True
It's a new
Believer
show.
issue. That True Believer issue of his #1, and I really want to go into his Darth
My
Vader
man,
stuff.
I will loan you that Darth Vader run. It's good.
Cool. I'll
Even
take
Brandon's saying it now.
Cool.
My man. I
My
love it.
man.
Hey,
All right.
my man. I will take.
I can't stop myself. I'm tired.
No, I get you.
So I think we just came up with another show, right? Sold on Soul.
Oh,
Listen, I will talk about comics every day of my life if we really want to do this.
Cult of Kate's a spin-off, Sold on Soul.
Brandon is going to have an
Oh,
aneurysm.
man. All right, guys.
He's going to tell us
How
to
many-
stop creating shows because we tell him
Instead
to
of-
stop creating T-shirts.
Instead of a
Hey,
cult.
No. Keep going with shows. Keep making shows. More
shows.
content, more better.
Instead of a cult like based show, it's like the guy who you would check in on for the stock market.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Are you sold on Soul this week? Here we go.
Fine, I'll say
God.
it.
Daredevil went up 35% this week.
yeah.
It's real good.
Fine, Sparks, for you, I'll say it. I'm sold on Soul.
There we go.
All right, guys.
You're welcome.
We're here finally. We're at the dawn of the X-Men. It's about to get real crazy at Marvel Comics. It's been pretty crazy since forever because
'cause
Jonathan Hickman's back.
There we go.
Right.
Oh yeah, Jonathan Hickman's back. 5 books were announced. So Powers of X and House of X are
6 books.
Oh, Brandon, I love you. Thank you. 6 books. 6 books were announced. I keep forgetting the regular X-Men book as well because there's just a traditional. So House of X, Powers of X, 2 miniseries. They're telling this. They're telling one big story. But you got to read both books. My wallet's gonna hate me, but that's okay.
Hey, so is mine, buddy. I got to pick up my comics next week, too. I'm
Oh,
screwed.
boy. If you pick up 5 new X-Men books, Ben, I will.
I'm gonna
I will
pick-
marry you.
I have,
I can't imagine you picking up 5 new X-Men books because, like,
I was going to for sure pick up House of X and Powers of X. I was
Yeah.
for sure going to pick up those.
that's the miniseries before the real book.
But I was going to start picking up the real book.
All right, guys. Let me.
If Hickman is writing an ongoing X-Men book, and with all the X-Men stuff I read for this episode, and with all the praise you're giving this man on how good X-Men is, might as well give it a shot.
Yes. So, I believe what's the date? Okay, yeah. So on Wednesday, oh my God, Jonathan Hickman's launching Powers of X and House of X, and they're going to come out every single week for 6 weeks, and then the relaunch fully happens. We're getting X-Men #1, written by Jonathan Hickman, with art by Lionel Francis Yu. Also did that Civil War comic. One of my favorite. He's currently my background wallpaper on my phone. He's one of the best Marvel artists. It's a new era for the X-Men. The X-Men find themselves in a whole new world of possibility, and things have never been better. That's not usually what you hear when you think of the X-Men, that things have been good. So that's, again, Jonathan Hickman's doing a really interesting new take. We'll see what it is. Let's talk about all the new books. And these are some truly inspired, old school shit, you guys. Let's talk about New Mutants #1, which is being written by Jonathan Hickman, also Ed Brisson. So Jonathan Hickman will do the first arc with him, and then Ed will take it over. You know how it happens in comic books. Art by Rod Reis. Beautiful, creative guy. I love Rod Reis. The next generation claims the future. The classic New Mutants, Sunspot, Wolfsbane, Mirage, Karma, Magic, and Cypher, get together with a few new friends, Chamber and Mondo, to seek out their missing member and share the good news. A mission that takes them into space along the Starjammers.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
That's quite a synopsis.
Hey guys, remember New Mutants, that movie that came out 2 years ago? Cool.
2 full-time jobs ago?
Yeah. There's a Twitter post like, yeah, I did a set visit for New Mutants 2 full-time jobs ago. That's where the state of that movie's at. So yeah, New Mutants is a really cool property. A lot of younger mutants that are obscure and stuff. That's coming out cool. This is one of the newer, cooler ones, guys. Marauders #1. It's being written by Jerry Duggan, and the art's by Matteo Lolli. With covers by Russell Dowderman, who is the Thor artist. The X-Men sail at dawn. Even in this glorious new dawn, mutant kind faces hardships and oppression from their human counterparts. Led by Captain Kate Pryde and funded by Emma Frost and the Hellfire Trading Company, because Emma Frost is now the leader of the Hellfire Club in the comics. Marauders Storm, Pyro, Bishop, and Iceman sail the seas of the world to protect those hated and feared. They are pirates on the high seas saving mutants. What the fart is going on, you guys?
Yo ho,
They're on
Marauders
an
life for me.
X-Men space boat. I love it. All right, guys, Fallen Angels. I guarantee you guys have never heard of Fallen Angels before. It's been written by Brian Edward Hill, who is a DC guy. He's writing Black Lightning and Detective Comics. He's jumping over to Marvel. Not all belong in paradise. Psylocke finds herself in this new world of mutant kind, unsure of her place in it. But when a face from her past returns only to be killed, she seeks help from others who feel similar to get vengeance. Cable and X-23 join Quanin, who is a clone of Betsy Braddock, who Betsy Braddock's brain got put into the clone body, and then that character was forgotten for 20 years. Cool. Join Quanin for a personal mission that could jeopardize all mutant kind.
I absolutely love that.
Guys, there's so much lore, because like you guys don't know very much X-Men stuff, but just 40 years of X-Men lore.
Unfortunately, I don't.
Okay. Excalibur. Excalibur is written by Teenie Howard, who's a big-time up-and-coming Marvel writer, with art by Marcus Toe, who's done some great stuff. A New Day is Forged. Forged is an X-Men. Funny. Mutant kind has always been special, and has their relationship with the world, or worlds, around them. As this new era dawns, a new connection forms between mutants and the magic of their world, and that of Otherworld. Can the new Captain Britain forge a way through the chaos with her companions Rogue, Gambit, Jubilee, Richter, and Apocalypse? Hey guys, we just read a comic about a young Apocalypse. Guess who's growing up? Boop, boop, boop. This is really cool because the Captain Britain Corps, they are a multiversal police corps, and Betsy Braddock is the sister of Captain Britain, and now she's becoming the new Captain Britain, much like Miss Marvel became Captain Marvel. So this is a really cool evolution of a character for Psylocke. I think that's super dope. I'm really excited. I don't think Olivia Munn's going to be in this comic book. Thank you for laughing. And the one that I probably am the most excited about, because it's a deviation of its original format, is X-Force. The cost of the future isn't cheap. X-Force is the CIA of the mutant world. One half intelligence branch, one half special ops. Beast, Jean Grey, and Sage are on one side. Wolverine, Kid Omega, and Domino on the other. In a perfect world, there would be no need for X-Force. Yet here they are. So this is the first time where we've had a Oracle with the team. It's always just been the teams killing people. Now they have a good side of their team, which is a really interesting dynamic, because X-Force are a bunch of murderers and they murder children. So this is a really cool take, bringing Jean Grey into this, because not the X-Men movies. Jean Grey is a hero and she loves people so much. So I really can't wait to see what she has to say about Wolverine killing people. I think this is super cool. You guys, the X-Men are back. Holy shit.
So, Orion.
Holy shit.
So how big is my ring going to be?
Your ring? I don't have a lot of money.
I'm kidding.
I will buy you 6 ring pops, one for each new series. Hopefully there's enough flavors.
I was kidding.
No,
I'm
no.
pretty sure
So
Fanny would have something to say about you trying to marry me, buddy.
Hey man, move to Utah. What's up, Brandon?
So they talked to the people who attended the panel about the Hickman. They said Hickman will be writing the X-Men for the foreseeable future, and that he's already planning Wave 2 and 3 of the X-Men titles.
I absolutely believe that. On a similar but unrelated note, Jordan White, who is the editor of the X-Men comics, when talking about, obviously at Comic-Con, about Jonathan Hickman taking over the X-Men and the potential of the X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the movies, Jordan said, when you look at what Hickman's doing in the comics and this brand new leap forward with the X-Men, it is a perfect jumping off point where if they did want to bring the X-Men into the MCU, this is a really easy and new way to do it that's not hindering on the past.
Right.
And much like the Avengers and how much of it Jonathan Hickman has inspired Infinity War and Endgame and all that stuff, I would not be surprised if the X-Men stuff that's about to happen is some of the stuff we get in the future. And they completely go away from have it be like a gay representation, a minority representation, because that has been the X-Men for a long time, but that's not what they kind of are anymore. And the world's evolved, right? And even the movies shy away from that. It's the stuff we like about The Gifted. So
what we're going to get into a little later is that when Feige talked about, after the panel, he talked about X-Men. He did say that they were going to do something that's never been done in the movies before. So
yeah.
You don't know.
And again,
that's his favorite thing.
Yeah, and when I think of what he did with Ultimates and in Fantastic Four, he fundamentally changed core aspects of those characters, but for the better, great world changing stuff. So it's really cool to see man, we're about to have a comic book actual change that hasn't been changed in a long time, and
right.
It's just so exciting. You guys know how much I love Marvel. It's a cool time. It's a cool time. Guess what?
Sounds very exciting.
We got more Marvel stuff. I'm sorry.
Oh my lord.
Spider-Verse, baby. So it's being written by Jed McKay with art by Juan Frigarim, also by Arthur Adams, Stuart Immonen, Stacey Lee, and more who have not been announced. But this is a big old new Spider book that's kind of based on the movie, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's unclear if it's part of the movie, but it is based on the idea.
It is the main. It says, let's see, Into the Spider-Verse character designer Wendell Dollett is involved.
Yeah, as the cover artist.
As a cover artist. Okay. This is cool. Each issue features #Spidersonas, which are their own fan-made Spider-Mans from different universes. From each Spider-Man's Spidey's biggest fans. So like a comic book creator is gonna put their own like Spidersonas. Like, hey, look, this is like Western Spider-Man. This is Iron Man Spider-Man. That's kind of cool stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is not any of the people from the movie involved, which is fine. It could be the comic book Spider-Verse, but also none of the current Spider-Man people are writing it.
Sure.
So it's kind of like a weird, like, it's this weird, its own Spider-Verse thing, whatever.
It's not bad if it's its own thing.
No, yeah.
'Cause
It reminded me of the movie, but it's
Yeah.
but it's not the movie. But they're doing covers from the movie.
They are trying to evoke the movie.
Yeah, and I'm just curious how much. We'll see what that comic is. I don't know
Yeah.
if I'll pick it up.
Let's see what it is.
Too many comics to read. Now, this came out real late, real cool. Hey guys, you like the Vision? Well, guess what? It's Vision Part 2. It's called Stranger Adventures. It's not what it's called. It's called Strange Adventures. It's Adam Strange. You guys know Adam Strange? He's on that Krypton show, right?
Yep.
Just looks like
Yes, he
looks
is.
like Jeff Johns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam Strange is a really cool old school DC character who shows up from time to time, but he is getting a Mr. Miracle Vision centric a type of comic that is that what Tom King does. He plays with your expectations of the comic. If you looked at the
He makes all his characters really sad.
yes, and it works for me. But if you look at the covers, like one of the covers is a very traditional, like 1950s, like wow, like Doctor Strange, damn it, Adam Strange, like he's this cool space adventurer. It's like very like sci-fi retro. And then the next cover is like graffiti, like he's a liar and a murderer.
Yeah, I've seen
and
this.
like his eyes are crossed out. I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely Mr. Miracle Vision shit. Like this is
Yeah.
going to be like
Right.
like a very mature, weird take on this character.
Yeah,
and it's the same creators.
King said that he had already, before Mr. Miracle ended, he said that he's already in work on the next 12-issue maxi series for DC, and this is what that is.
That's fantastic. I'm super stoked.
Yeah. Before, there's not a lot of information, but you glossed over something I wanted to talk about.
Go for it.
Undiscovered Country.
Oh,
Scott.
I didn't even. It's not on here. I'm sorry, I missed it. My bad.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So Undiscovered Country by Scott Snyder and Charles Soule.
This is great.
With art by
Sold on Soul.
Giuseppe Camuncoli, I guess.
Camuncoli. Yeah, you good.
Yeah, I don't want to read the whole description, but it's basically America walled off its borders and shut off the rest of the world, completely media silent, everything. Nobody knows what happened to America, and then one day the walls open, and so people send expeditions to figure out what happened to America.
30
so it's like
years
this
later.
Yeah.
That is a truly inspired story. That is so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I love that idea because it could be. We don't know what the story is. It could literally be anything.
Right.
It could be
Yeah.
realistic. It could be alien. It could be monstrous. Who really knows?
I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
And I love Scott Snyder and Charles Soule, so I'm in.
And Giuseppe
I'm in.
Camuncoli is a great Spider-Man artist. He did Spider-Man for a long time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very excited for that.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed over that. I'm actually very excited for that. Yeah. Boy, we've made it to the end, to the grand all be all, baby. Our Lord and Savior Kevin Feige spoke to us this beautiful Saturday night.
He did indeed.
Saturday or Friday?
Saturday.
Saturday
night.
Oh boy, let's
So
get.
let me tell you what happened with this for me on my end.
Go for it.
I mentioned on the last episode I went to my cousin's wedding, and every 20 seconds, as soon as the panel started, I was refreshing and being like, "Oh my God, what's the next thing? What's the next thing?"
Yeah, it really was a straight hour and a half of like breaking news.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun to like be on YouTube and just like scrolling my phone, like oh.
Yeah, so let's get into it. He opened the panel with saying that Avengers Endgame has now become the highest grossing film of all time.
So I want to clarify, at the time of him declaring that, it had not actually happened yet. They knew it was going to happen today, Sunday, July 22nd, and it did. I have the number. Today, Marvel's Avengers Endgame crossed $2.7902 billion.
Nice.
Yeah.
But at the time that he reported it at Comic-Con, it had not actually officially happened yet.
But he had to do it in the panel, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Because they knew it was going to.
Yeah.
That's insane. I started to doubt it was going to happen.
I can't wait to see that James Cameron post.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun.
It's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's a Navi middle finger.
Yeah, right.
Probably would be.
All right, guys. So we're going to start with, I guess we're going in order of when they might be coming out, right?
No, I'm not sure how I did this, but
I
was
reordered
close.
it in order that they're coming out.
There you go. Perfect.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So, yeah, we're going to start with the one we know now, I guess, the most about.
The most about, yeah. Because
Black
it's the soonest.
Widow. This movie has been shooting for 30 days, but it still wasn't confirmed. How funny.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we know everything about it now. It's directed by Kate Shortland. Obviously, ScarJo's back as the Black Widow. Our boy David Harbour. David Harbour gets second billing in this movie.
Oh, he does?
Hell yeah!
Yes.
He's playing Red Guardian, who is a member of the Russian Avengers, but he has problems with Captain America. So there might be some fundamental. He might be a hero villain kind of thing. That's really cool. Florence Pugh from Midsommar, the main character in Midsommar.
Yes.
She's playing Yelena Belova, who is another Black Widow, who is a villain Black Widow, who might be the new Black Widow. They're kind of hinting at that in at least the press.
Sure.
No, the movie has not given us any indication, but like, hey,
Right.
Florence Pugh, you're the new Black Widow, right? And she's just like, yeah.
Well, in the footage that was shown, and I couldn't find a confirmation on this. I read it once. In the footage that was shown, supposedly Black Widow calls her sister.
They call each other like sister the way that like
Metaphor, not
that's
real.
That is a common Russian's turn
Like
of
comrade,
phrase.
brother.
Yeah.
I call
To
you
say
guys
Right,
sister.
but that's what I'm saying is if they're doing that, then means they're both Black. They went through the Black Widow program.
No, yeah, that's
They have said that she went through the Black Widow program.
She's from the comics.
What
yeah.
Ryan's talking about is that the press is running with the idea that she will be the new Black Widow going
Oh,
forward.
yeah, sorry, yeah, like ScarJo's dead, but like this takes place when it takes place, and then 5 years later or like 10 years later, she's now going to be our Black Widow.
This takes place after Civil War.
Yes, this takes place after Civil War for sure.
With partially taking place during Budapest. So there's that.
That is cool. And oh boy, guys, let's get to the cast. OT Fanbengal, that's a great name, is playing Masan, and then Rachel Weisz is playing Melina, who is a cool spy lady. Who she does cool spy stuff in this movie, apparently.
So we don't actually know. Sorry, real quick. We don't actually know that the part of this is taking place during like the back time Budapest.
We don't know.
We don't know
anything.
that. We know that
So-
she's going to
yeah.
Budapest, but we don't know that that's like the Budapest.
It could be
that
going
when
back
her and
there.
Hawkeye were there.
It could be
I
going
think
back.
she's
So
going
I-
back.
I did try to find this again. I saw one report that said it's set after Captain America: Civil War, and I found another report that said it's set before Iron Man 2.
Yeah,
So
I followed up on this. David Harbour and Kevin Feige specifically said after the panel, this is after Civil War and before Infinity War.
Yeah.
That's when this
Okay.
movie takes place.
David
Okay,
Harbour
cool,
was really
cool.
funny in interviews and during this because like
Oh, really?
they did like when they all brought him up on the panel, like there was a lot of like pre-screen questions, and he got this question of like, so David, how does it feel to have your fan base grow now that you're joining a Marvel movie? And he's like, what the hell kind of question is that? Of course I love that I'm in a Marvel movie.
Right.
And I'm like, he's like, who writes these questions? Duh, I love Marvel. I just thought it was David Harbour.
Came out in a Captain America shirt.
He came in, yes, in
Yeah.
a
That's nice.
Bucky Captain America shirt.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Alex Ross shiny one, which
All
is
right.
awesome. Let's see. Oh yeah, the best news in this: Taskmaster's in the movie
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
We saw some promo art with Taskmaster, and
Yeah.
he looks a lot better than the set footage that I saw. Because the set footage I saw, he looks really bad, like a Power Ranger. Whereas the promotional art, it looks a little more. He has a hood and a shield.
To
and
be
stuff.
honest with you, like all the MCU costumes don't look very good under the big floodlights.
Yes, and he didn't have his hood in that shot either. So I wonder if there's any CGI stuff involved with that.
Sure.
But yeah,
might be a couple of CGI touch-ups.
yeah.
Yeah,
But like, yo, man, you guys know how much I love Taskmaster.
Working
like,
in Taskmaster.
this is crazy. And
I'm
like,
excited.
Taskmaster could work in like a Captain America, but like it doesn't work in like Thor or Iron Man. Like this is perfect. He's a hand-to-hand combatant. This is perfect for Black
Right.
Widow. This is like truly exceptional.
It's really great to know that this is taking place when it is. I was talking to you about this, Ryan, when the news dropped, that I'm very happy this does not take place pre-Avengers, pre-Iron Man.
Like way back then. Yeah.
Too. I didn't want that. It didn't make sense. It was like, oh, but we've had this character growth and you're going to throw her back to like watch her as this character and then go to Iron Man.
That's
2.
for a different TV show that we're going to talk about.
Right.
Yes.
But now we're watching her around the Civil War time. I liked Brandon's idea of it being during Winter Soldier. I still kind of like that a lot,
I
but
agree.
this idea I'm totally down with. I'm glad it's in this time period. I'm glad we're closer to where we left her at.
I agree.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited for this.
Alrighty. So, excuse me. So yeah, it is.
And wait, real quick. Watching the panel, it was funny that this was like one of the last things they announced, and it's the only one that's filming.
Well, I think because like it's the closest one that we're going to see, so they don't want to.
I know. It was just funny. It's just the workaround of trying to get this movie confirmed was just ridiculous. The movie was filming, and they were like, "No, we're not. Nothing's happening."
Like Marvel is very special and weird. Like movies get made. We know how they get made. People like there's so many production things that like, oh, we found this out through a piece of paper.
Like every rumored casting was reported true except for the Millie Bobby Brown one.
Every
single one.
Yeah. All right. So Black Widow comes out May 1st, 2020. So we have less than a year.
Here we go.
Hell yeah. Here we go. Next is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
And did you guys see the new logo has Captain America's shield?
Yes,
it does.
Because this is 100% about him becoming Captain America.
Oh, yeah.
As it should
and
be.
he's said, I've watched multiple interviews where saying he's tried on the suit.
Yes.
And so, like, this is his journey to become Cap.
He came out with the shield.
Yeah. And it's a new
did?
shield.
Yes,
it's
he
a new
did.
shield.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's great. The things that excite me the most are that Emily Van Camp is coming back as Agent 13.
Which we knew.
Sharon Carter, yes. We know that Daniel Bruhl is coming back as Baron Zemo.
But what we didn't know.
Sorry, he's coming back as Zemo. We did not know he's going to be Baron Zemo.
And pull down that mask.
And Comic-Con saw footage of him pulling down a purple mask, and people said it did not look bad, which is unbelievable to me because that's a stupid mask.
It is.
I love it, though. But like again, like them bringing back Baron Zemo, I'm like, all right, cool. This Baron Zemo creates the Thunderbolts. Like this is an easy way to get villains to turn to heroes. Like all this setup, like just by him being alive and then bringing him back is like so much cool stuff. Like Marvel is the best at setup. I love it so much.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. That's coming out fall 2020. So probably like a year or so. You think?
Yeah,
is that a year?
It'll probably be in like the September, October
It's
time.
like a year
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
feel it's like the September slot
All right.
for Disney Plus.
Brandon,
Disney Plus, right?
Thoughts on Falcon and Winter Soldier?
No, I'm really excited about it. I really liked how when they were on stage, Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie, they passed the shield around like they weren't quite sure which one of them. Like to give the impression that the story will be maybe about like either of them trying to figure out like, well, which one of us should be Captain America. I'm kind of interested to see them give Bucky character development also.
I
That'd be
absolutely that is what I'm super excited about because as much as we disagree about like Captain Civil War and stuff, I do agree about Bucky being undeveloped, and I do think this is going to be really fun because I do think there will be at least an episode or two like where Falcon's like, this is too much, I need you to try this, and then he's like, it's not for me, man. You are Captain America. Falcon, you are Captain America. Because like I think it would be not a disservice, but like. Bucky as Captain America is a pivotal point in the comics, and that is something really cool that like we are never going to see. So if we can have even like a tease of like him like trying it out, for me that's enough, and I think that's pretty cool. So I think
and you also got to wonder like perhaps like Falcon will be like, hey, look, you have super strength. I'm just a guy. You should be the one who's Captain America.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then it'll turn out like, hey, Falcon, you're a way better person than me. You should be Captain America.
Yeah. So things like that. I'm excited to see how that turns out.
I'm excited about all that you just said as well. I'm also just really happy that he's going to be Baron Zemo.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the thing. I walked out of Civil War like, if you left him alive, you got to bring him back as the Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. All right, guys. Now we're at the. I was going to say the craziest movie, but it might not be the craziest movie.
No, I don't think so.
We're at Eternals.
Yeah.
Which is definitely the most crazy lore that Marvel's going to have because this is it's millions of years spanning.
Yeah, we're getting the Celestials in this too.
Yeah, this is the heavy. Okay, so Guardians of the Galaxy is obscure, right? Like characters like Swamp Thing is obscure.
Sure.
The Eternals is the most obscure thing Marvel has dived into.
Right.
This is the not bottom of the barrel, but this is the lowest of totem poles of popularity, and they're making a $150 million movie out of it, which means like we talked about, the end game is over. The Pandora's box is open. They can do whatever they want. Let's talk about the Eternals, guys.
So quick side note about the Eternals. I was feeling my phone blow up when I was at that party the other day, and I looked on it and I saw the Instagram post that I think Ryan sent of the Eternals. of like the whole confirmed cast and everything, and I'm telling him my friend Jeff and some friends of mine, and I was like, hey, we got the Eternals cast, and they're like, who are the Eternals? And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
oh, I don't know how to answer that. Well, it's a Marvel movie. He's like, oh, superheroes? I'm like, kinda. So even I was like,
the answer is always yes.
yeah. The answer is always yes. So they were like looking. It was like, oh, that's cool. It's like, oh yeah, it's just because I kept looking at my phone. They're like, hey, what's going on? I was like, it's just Comic-Con stuff. Don't worry about it.
All right, so it is being directed by Chloe Zhao, who directed I believe, an Oscar-nominated movie called The Writer, which I have not seen, but I'm absolutely going to watch before this movie comes out because I'd like to know her filmography before this. Although the lead characters are immortal, the film will explore what it's like to be human. All of them are millions of years old. These are all the archetypes for our Greek gods, our Norse gods. Like Angelina Jolie is playing Athena, who is based on Athena. Richard Madden is playing Icarus, which is based on like Apollo. Kumail Nanjiani is playing Kingo. Not sure about him. Lauren Ridloff, who is a gender-bent version of Makari, who is Hermes. Brian Tyree Henry is Phastos, who is Hephaestus. Salma Hayek is Ajax, who is Ajax. Leah McHugh, who I don't know, is Sprite. And then Don Lee, who I didn't know who Don Lee was, because Don Lee's real name is Ma Dong-seok, and he's the guy from
Train to Busan. Yeah. Who we talked about when he was rumored for the casting.
His name is Don Lee. That is his American name that he chose. This is the first time he's ever come out with Don Lee.
Sure.
So it's cool that he's becoming an American actor.
Yeah.
I wish he could just use his real name.
I'm so I'm happy about this cast. I am most happy about him.
He is playing arguably the coolest character, Gilgamesh, who is based off Hercules.
Right.
Who becomes Hercules.
Yeah.
Is this the most diverse cast that Marvel has?
1,000,000,000%.
Yes.
1,000,000,000%. This is a truly exceptional cast in every way.
I was looking at this cast and I was thinking like, wow, this is very unique for them.
They took a cast photo too. It was real cute. You both, Brandon and Ben, should watch Train to Busan for this guy. He's so fantastic.
I'm
so happy he's about to blow up.
Train to Busan is the reason he got this movie, because he's not in a lot of stuff.
And he's not the main character in Train to Busan, but he's the standout.
He's the best character.
Yeah.
For sure.
So wait, you said he's Hercules?
Gilgamesh is the person who in like folklore becomes Hercules, or the first hero who real quick, the one above all, who is God in the Marvel Universe, names him Gilgamesh. But he was Hercules. He was the hero who is like the first superhero of all time.
So the superhero Hercules in Marvel Comics, that's this guy.
No, and that's where the weird thing comes in, because later on Marvel decided we're just going to do the Greek pantheon. That's not the Eternals. It's basically like these were the inspirations for what the Greek heroes become. Like Gilgamesh, like Hercules is inspired by Gilgamesh. Athena is inspired by Athena, basically. How they do it in the movies, I know it's a lot to take in. Like, see, when you like the Greek gods, like you think they're the original gods, but they're not. They're the second generation where the Eternals are first.
I'll put it this way: I wouldn't be surprised if in this version for the films he just is Hercules. You don't need to create that separate entity. He can be Hercules.
This is the best example. So you know how the Titans created the gods? They are basically the Marvel Titans, but they're called Eternals.
Right.
They are the guys who create the modern myth interpretations of the gods.
I don't think the movies need to go into that mythology. They can streamline very easily.
If they're keeping with deep Marvel lore, I really love the ideas of Angelina Jolie's Athena inspiring what the Greek gods become. Like,
sure,
all that lore stuff is important because I want Hercules in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because that Hercules.
Well, but that's the thing. But that's the thing. This guy could be that Hercules.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, they could just make that
yeah.
happen.
Yes, it is. It is a very weird, tricky pickle because they don't use the Eternals a lot in the comics. They pick and choose when they want to use them. Actually, the Eternals all died off panel in War of the Realms, I think. So I think they're going to do a massive reboot.
They've been dead for a while because they were dead because even in Abnett and Landing's run of Guardians of the Galaxy, they were like, our planet's gone and we're really scattered throughout the. Yeah. They've had a rough go of it in the
I'm
2000s.
99% sure that I think this was on purpose. Jason Aaron's War of the Realms event. I'm pretty sure that all the Eternals were killed by Malekith. So I think that's their way of doing a reboot for the Eternals when they're ready with the movie.
Well, Star Fox was just killed in Guardians of the Galaxy also. So he's an Eternal. I was surprised that we didn't get a Star Fox casting.
Here's the thing though, Star Fox is like third generation. So like there are millions of years of characters before Star Fox shows up.
Right, I know, but if we're doing Eternals, you have the potential to do a Thanos connection there.
Yes.
I thought maybe Star Fox would be an easy.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's like a secret kind of thing.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. But yeah, the Eternals and man, this is a lot of stuff about the Eternals that leads directly into the X-Men too, and there's too much to talk about. But what I quickly want to say is the Celestials millions of years ago experimented on the first humans, like the first apes, and they basically would turn them into deviants and humans and Eternals. And that's the foundation for Brandon. You read the new Avengers, Jason Aaron's Avengers. A Celestial came to Earth and bore the seeds, much like Prometheus, for humanity to become mutants. So Celestials are the reasons that humans can evolve. So I truly think that with this Hickman stuff, with this Eternal stuff, they are building the way of the Eternals, ushered in the evolution of mutants and stuff. I think they're firmly going to tie that together because it makes the most sense for the comics and the movies.
I just want to say real quick, we did see concept art of the Eternals, and they look real good.
Yeah, it's all the Celestials.
Sorry, not the Celestials. I mean, I think the Celestials look awesome.
Yeah, they look 1960s Kirby, like exactly like those big dumb robots. Yeah, it's coming out November 8th, 2020. Oh my God, that's a year away, baby. All right, woo, baby. Shang-Chi's cool, right? Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. That makes that movie 10 times even cooler.
This was the biggest surprise for me. I knew Shang-Chi was happening, but I didn't think we'd see the Ten Rings.
Yeah, that's true. And we're getting the real Mandarin. Excuse me, which is again something I didn't think we would ever see. All these things I never thought we would see.
Yeah.
So we will be introduced to the real Mandarin. His name is Tony Leung. Leung. I'm not good with pronouncing either. Simu Liu, though, was casted as Shang-Chi 4 days before the announcement.
Yeah.
He did a screen test the week before. What a guy.
I told you guys, when we found out that Thor 4 was when we got the rumor that Thor 4 was happening with Taika, I said, we're probably going to start hearing a lot of this because as they start to get contracts signed to make a big announcement, and I was right. Yeah, they cast him on Tuesday.
The guy, Simu Liu said, I did a screen test a week ago. I was casted Tuesday, and now I flew out here. What a crazy week I've had.
Right.
Yeah.
And real quick, if you guys go to this guy's Twitter and you do the research on his Twitter, for the last 5 years, he has been a Marvel fanboy saying, yo, man, I really loved Captain America. When are we going to get an Asian superhero? And yo, Marvel, call me. I'm always available. And I'm
last year when we first got rumblings of Shang-Chi, he was like, "Hey guys, hey Marvel, call me."
And then he retweeted that tweet a year later saying, "Hey, thanks, thanks for calling me."
I really hope we see Trevor Slattery as a cameo.
I think we will, at least a cameo. They're not going to mention the Mandarin and not show what the Mandarin was.
I would love to see Trevor Slattery chained in a Mandarin prison.
Oh yeah,
I would love to see that.
Yeah, he just gets treated so poorly. He was just acting. It wasn't his fault, man. It's also Awkwafina's going to be in this movie, and she's one of the the hottest up and coming actresses around.
Right.
So that's
her new movie is apparently amazing.
Yeah. The Farewell.
Yes.
The Farewell. Yeah.
Yeah. That trailer almost made me cry in a theater. I was like, wow, a trailer's
doing
I've heard
this. I've heard a lot of good buzz about it. Not surprised. A24 making great stuff as usual.
Wow, and it's not a horror movie either.
No, that's not all they make.
No, I know. It's just mostly it feels like horror movies. That's coming out February 12th, 2021. Hot dog. Cool stuff, guys.
Yeah.
So next we got
I'm super excited that we're following up on the Ten Ring stuff. Ben?
I'm in. I know nothing about Shang-Chi, so I don't really...
But you know about the Ten Rings.
Yeah, the Ten...
He's the master of Kung Fu. That's all you gotta know.
I thought with Iron Man dead, we won't see any more of the Ten Rings. I thought that was done after Iron Man 3. And we got a little bit of it when All Hail the King short came out, and then they just never did anything with that. I thought maybe they went on to bigger and better.
A guy in Ant-Man had a Ten Rings tattoo.
Yes, I said that on the panel.
Whoa, I did not see that.
I didn't either, so I guess I got to rewatch Ant-Man.
Wait, Ant-Man and the Wasp or just Ant-Man?
Ant-Man.
Oh.
Maybe in the prison, right? I think he said the prison?
Yeah.
At the very beginning.
Ooh.
I forget where exactly.
Well, Scott's in Seagate, and that's where Trevor Slattery was.
Oh, yeah.
When he was broken out.
All right.
Interesting.
It's all connected.
Moving on up again to the Disney Pluses. Talk about WandaVision.
The worst name ever.
You know what? I also agree for a second that I did think that it was a bad name, but then they told me that it's looking through it's like a 1950s look through Scarlet Witch's thoughts of what's going on. It's literally Wanda's vision.
Right.
So
it's a play on
both words. And again, it's not the greatest name, but I think it's a kind of a almost a smart name. I think it's cool.
I just think It's going to be great. I just think the name's a little
So
odd.
does this take place before or after Infinity?
I'll tell you what.
After
Endgame.
Oh.
It reminds me of like Smell-O-Vision, Fantavision. Like this isn't the first
Panavision.
time. Panavision, yeah. So I'm like, I get you. We will finally understand Wanda Maximoff as Scarlet Witch. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Because in the comics, she's one of the most powerful people on the planet. She literally rewrote the world so no more mutants existed. Like she has unfathomable power that we have not seen yet.
The most commonly said word about the series throughout the panel was weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what's
Yeah.
weird that involves a Vision, you guys? Tom King's The Vision run.
Yep.
But that's a 1950s aesthetic with murder.
So Paul Bettany was the first to admit, he's like, I don't know what's happening with my character. I don't know how it fits into the series. I just know I'm in it.
It's yeah, a little probably a little too early.
Yeah, I found that to be pretty interesting. The other thing is, I want to say, like, we know that Wanda is one of the most powerful people in the MCU because she almost destroyed Thanos and made Thanos panic.
That's true.
Like Thanos was at the end when Wanda was like crushing his armor into him, and then he said rain fire, and then that was if he hadn't undone that, I think Wanda would have killed Thanos right then and there.
It's a possibility, yeah. She is, yes, you're right. She is very strong, but what I mean is like she is not the Wanda from the comics, and the Wanda from the comics is, even though the MCU version is powerful, the Wanda in the comics is on another level of insane. Truly,
Yeah,
like,
it is.
insane.
It is a different power set, and I wonder now maybe that they have the X-Men, they can use like her, they can like dive into like kind of an unlocked power essentially that's more closely related to her comic character.
Absolutely. And if they want to basically just make enhance mutants at the end, like I won't be mad. I won't be mad at it. Woo! Now,
What about the other news for WandaVision?
this is great. Yeah. So an actress named Teyonah Parris joins the series. This is crazy. She's grown up Monica Rambeau.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're not getting Lashana Lynch as a girl, which is fine. Like I didn't
Right.
expect her to do like the weird grown up version of herself thing. But we are getting a different actress. But we are getting Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
Will she be a superhero? I don't think so yet. I don't think so.
I
yet.
think this will show her becoming Jesus, what's her character's name?
Photon.
Photon, yes. I think this will show her becoming Photon.
Yeah. Super cool news. Yeah. Now we're at the one that I will think probably be the craziest one, and the one I am the most excited about. Doctor Strange.
This is, I just wanted to say, like,
Yes, go ahead.
WandaVision is such a weird place to follow up with Monica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know,
so
right?
unexpected.
Yeah, that's especially because like if it's gonna take place like in like Wanda's own reality kind of thing, like that's super weird for that character who's not tied to
Who knows,
the MCU,
man?
or the modern MCU. All right, guys, Doctor Strange in the H.P. Lovecraft of madness. Let's talk about the multiverse of madness. It's coming out May 7th, 2021, and the director Scott Derrickson said this is going to be the first MCU horror movie. Holy shit. I love H.P. Lovecraft. I love the multiverse. You guys know I love both those things a lot. This movie is made for me, and I want to love a Doctor Strange movie. We talked about this.
Same.
Yeah, they talked about it as like it's still PG-13, still gonna have the same comedy from the first film, but we're adding in the horror element, and we're going to try and make it scary.
Yo, man, PG-13 movies can be spooky.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
A lot of PG-13 movies were, but also Scarlet Witch is in the movie. It is in the movie.
Hell yeah, dude.
And she's
Magic
coming
Society.
over straight from WandaVision.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
WandaVision comes out first, and then whatever happens to her is going to lead her into Multiverse of Madness. I love it. That's the shit that I'm in. That's the stuff that's what I wanted this Disney Plus exactly to be. You know,
Yeah,
we have the
me too.
tie-in stuff that leads directly into the movies, and it's all connected. It's not the Netflix kind of connected. It is fully connected, which makes me wonder, like, oh boy, if you don't watch the Disney Plus shows, are you screwed for the MCU?
I don't think that's going to be the case. I really don't think that's going to be the case because I think Feige is smart enough to know that people come to shows at their own pace. You don't want to. That's why I think that's why we're not seeing an Avengers movie in this phase. Because if you have an Avengers, you want Captain America, but maybe not everyone's going to watch Falcon Winter Soldier in time for the next Avengers movie. Like,
Very true.
I really do think it's going to be accessible to people who are not going to have Disney Plus, but for people who do, it'll be extra.
Yeah.
It'll be just that extra bit.
Again, like a good tie-in, you don't need it, but it helps.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh boy, let's talk about Loki. Did you guys like that the logo?
It's
Because
weird.
I understand why. I understand that it's different time periods.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get what they're doing.
Mhm.
I still don't think it really looks good.
That's
don't-
fine. I don't have anything wrong
all
with
the
that.
other-
I'm not crazy about
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I know it's like a weird thing to talk about a logo, but like
No,
when I'm
no,
so
I get it.
positive about everything else, like, hey,
Yeah,
it's the
I
one
did-
thing that stood
The
out.
logo was for me. It's whatever. I didn't really catch that it was different time periods until you just said it.
Yes.
I
Okay.
just figured it was just Loki just being like just screwing with you. It's like, haha, I'm chaos incarnate. I don't have to stick to one font.
Was it CinemaCon that they showed footage from Loki? What was the recent event that they talked about it?
They haven't shown any footage for Loki because Loki's hasn't started filming yet.
Or they sorry, well they whatever the last con was where they mentioned Loki because that's where I saw like a leaked image and stuff.
Yeah, there was
Was it CinemaCon?
No, it was the press. It was the press thing that the Disney Plus announcement press thing.
Oh yeah, its own thing, yeah. But like we saw like it might not be real, but it was like a picture of Loki in front of the Jaws marquee. So he's
Yeah.
in 1970,
Yeah.
basically.
Wasn't it the stockholder meeting or something?
Maybe I don't know.
Oh, well.
Anyway,
Yeah,
That doesn't matter. But
time is an important thing in this. Is what I'm trying to
and
get
they
at.
straight up said it's Loki alternate timeline after he stole the Tesseract, just
Yes.
sticking
So-
around the
yeah.
in the
It is.
universe.
It is in that timeline where he stole the Tesseract.
So
Yeah.
again, this is 2012 evil Loki. So this is not Loki with character development. This is back to being evil Loki,
Yeah.
which means
Yeah.
he's going to have his own interesting arc on his own, which is cool.
I'm really happy about this because I didn't want them to go back on the character development that ended with Infinity War. I was really happy with where that character ended with Infinity War.
Honestly, the second that they announced a Loki show, I until they announced it, I would not believe anything other than, of course, it's that Loki who stole the Tesseract. What else would it be? They're not going to bring Loki back. There's no way. I
Right.
never believe that
Well,
ever.
Well, but that's the thing. Before Endgame came out, that was what we were thinking: is that they were going to bring back Loki some way, somehow, because we hadn't seen Endgame yet.
No,
After Endgame came out,
I want to be clear. I was never on that bandwagon. I always thought Loki was going to stay dead.
I always wanted him dead. Yeah.
I mean, I always wanted him dead too. I was just thinking that, many people were having conversations that, he's not dead because of he didn't turn blue. Blah, blah, blah.
All that
Who cares?
nonsense. Oh, he uses left hand instead of right hand.
Yeah, all that nonsense. But the fact that we're dealing with alternate timelines now, we now have an entire show that is set in a branch reality.
Yeah.
That's really intriguing, and it gives Tom Hiddleston more meat to play with for that character. And,
Sort of.
he's clearly excited about the opportunity to play this character at this time period with this different character development. So I'm excited for him.
Yeah. I wonder what his arc will be, if there will be an arc.
I wonder who else will show up in that series because this can't just ride on only Loki.
Yeah, perhaps Thanos. Where's my Tesseract?
I doubt it.
Thanos on a Disney Plus series
That's a lot of money, baby.
that isn't animated.
Yeah. So yeah, it's coming out spring 2021. So
Yeah,
it's
this is.
not a while.
I'm glad that this is the avenue they're following him down.
Me too.
All right, baby. It's coming out summer 2021. The new Disney Plus show, Marvel's What If.
Speaking of animated Thanos.
Holy shit, you guys! Talk about a cast. This is
Yeah.
awesome, guys. Jeffrey Wright from Westworld.
Uh-huh.
Felix Leiter in the newer James Bond movies. All around great actor. Jeffrey Wright is cast as the Watcher. He's got a great voice. He's got a great gravelly voice for the Watcher. Here's a quote: "The Watcher is a non-earthly being who observes all things. He's watching over the multiverse and occasionally may or may not intervene with the doings of Earthlings. Today is the 50th anniversary of the moon landing." Oh, what? Why?
That was yesterday.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. Oh, cool. Yesterday was the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. The Watcher first appears in 1963, I think. Fantastic Four. He turns up on the moon because today's the 50th anniversary, but the Watchers had I don't know what this quote's about. Okay.
This is. Let me clarify. This is Jeffrey Wright talking to the audience at Comic-Con.
Oh, okay. This is like it's someone like a direct translation of someone going well, and I'm like, okay.
It's a weird stream of consciousness.
Yes. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Jeffrey Wright's doing the voice. Almost every single person who's been in Marvel, almost everyone is coming back to voice their characters.
A decent chunk. Like we were talking about this before we started recording. That I think that they've definitely announced like people that they know for sure they're doing some episodes with. I don't think we've seen full cast even for those episodes, or that
It's
we've
still a
seen full cast
shit-
for the series. Yeah.
It's still a shit ton of people.
Oh no, 100%. But we were talking about like some of the people missing, and I think we'll definitely still be seeing more people added to this series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. It's really exciting. I'm really stoked for the show.
I am too, and I like that it's animated, so they really can go balls to the
Uh,
wall.
Oh yeah, they
a
could
big-
go batshit crazy with this one.
A big highlight for me is Michael B. Jordan's on that voice list, which means we're absolutely getting an Eric Killmonger what if story, which I'm
Yep.
so happy about.
What if he became Black Panther? Ooh, baby.
I'm still excited for the first one, which was announced at the Disney press thingy that we were just talking about, which
Captain
is
America?
Peggy Carter as Captain America.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. If that's like the first one and Chris Evans isn't in that,
Why would he need to be?
no,
No, Chris Evans is in that. They said at the press thing that Chris Evans will return with her, but he will be still like skinny Steve.
Oh, he wasn't on the cast release for this though.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they haven't locked a contract yet.
See, that's what I mean. That seems weird. If they're doing a Peggy story, you need Steve.
True, and I think like Spark said, we'll see more cast added as time goes on.
Yeah, of course. All right, guys, this one's pretty exciting. Let's talk about Jeremy Renner's new album, can we? Let's talk about his first release.
No.
His first album,
Lord.
Main Attraction.
I don't want to talk about this.
Let's talk about Hawkeye. With the Matt Fraction, David Aja, incredible funny run as the logo, which exactly tells me what kind of show it's going to be. Jeremy Renner also tweeted a panel from that run talking about boomerang arrows, which means this show is absolutely going to be a comedy. It's going to be that. It's probably going to be that, and that's exactly what I want from Hawkeye. I don't want.
That's what
serious,
everybody's wanted.
I don't want lame, serious Hawkeye. That's not what I want.
Everybody's wanted the Matt Fraction Hawkeye run.
Yes,
and they know it.
everyone knows it. This is great. It's going to feature Kate Bishop, who arguably is a better Hawkeye. I think most people online will probably agree with
Jeremy
that.
Renner said it like 3 times.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Good.
In the panel, he
Kate
said
Bishop
like
is the best
she's the
Hawkeye.
better Hawkeye.
She's great. I love Kate Bishop. It's coming out fall 2021. That's really cool. That's like, man, like a lot of the big MCU guys are getting TV shows. Like they're really putting belief and money behind this, and I, as a Marvel guy, I love it.
Yeah, Jeremy, this is the first time that we've heard a confirmation for the show too, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
They're also going to have flashbacks to his time as Ronin in the 5-year gap.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Because that is a completely underdeveloped thing that didn't really need to be in
Yes,
the
there
movie.
will be flashbacks to his time as Ronin.
Yeah. All right, that's really sweet.
I think
missed
in
that.
many ways him training Kate Bishop is going to be like I'm trying to do something, to leave something better than what I did.
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Sounds like Wolverine. I love it. All right, guys, let's talk about maybe the most surprising news. Actually, no, that's a lie.
Second?
Yeah, see, this entire panel was nothing but surprises. Okay. Thor, Love and Thunder.
Man.
Valkyrie, who's going to be in there, she will be the MCU's first openly gay hero. Tessa Thompson came on stage and saying, I'm just a king looking for her queen.
Yeah.
Like, very blatant.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool news.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi's returning to write and direct. That's really cool news.
Mhm.
That's really good news.
And then they said, oh, yeah, it's going to be based on the Mighty Thor run by Jason Aaron. And do you guys know who the main character of the Mighty Thor run is?
I believe
never
I will
heard of
take
her.
Jane Foster for 100, Alex.
Mother and Jane Foster. So who pops on stage is Natalie Portman, and she
Natalie?
picks up Mjolnir, and she's like, "Wow, this thing feels pretty good."
We were talking about, could this be a thing when Natalie Portman showed up at Endgame?
And I said, "No way." I said,
Yeah,
"No
yeah.
way." Like this is, I even said on Twitter, like Lady Thor is something I could see happening way in the future with a new cast, with a new person.
Because you remember when the Endgame world premiere was happening, and I saw the picture of Natalie Portman and I sent it to the thread, and I'm like,
What the hell?
Why is she there? And it's like, maybe she shows up in the movie. I'm like, I don't think she would come back unless there was a really good reason.
And
this was the reason.
Yeah, Endgame. She like her scenes are from the Thor: The Dark World.
Yes.
So like we're still like, oh, maybe she was just there to be nice. Dude, she's been in talks.
She has been in some talks.
Guys, Jason Aaron's Thor run, which started in 2012, is going on still today. It's an incredible 7-year run, and like halfway through it, Jane Foster became Thor became Thor, and then Odin's son, who that's his name, Odin's son, he became unworthy. This is truly inspiring stuff, guys. Like this run is so fun, and this is going to be so inspiring to so many little girls who get to see Lady Thor so much earlier than I ever expected. This is so surprising to me because this is a new character. This is a character that's less than 5 years old.
Yeah.
This is monumentally cool. This is like truly awesome. And we don't know what this means for Chris Hemsworth in this movie, how much he's in this movie, like Guardians 3, because I think we all thought Guardians 3 was going to probably come out first. They're fast-tracking Thor 4 and putting Akira on hold, which is something we didn't talk about in the news, which really bums me out, which means Akira probably isn't going to happen.
So what's interesting for me with this one is obviously I can't believe Natalie Portman even came back.
Right.
But she's all in. She just posted a before picture, so she's starting to work out. She's starting to get buff for this role. The hammer works differently in the MCU than it does in the comics. Not only that, the hammer is gone. There is no hammer. So they are going to take a lot of liberties with this story.
Hold on, real quick, Bannon.
Yeah.
This isn't not me challenging you. I'm actually curious. How is it different? Because it's like whoever be worthy possesses the power of Thor. How's it different?
But they don't transform into Thor. In the comics, when Jane holds the hammer, she is completely transformed into a new character of
Gotcha.
Lady Thor.
Whereas when Captain America held it, that didn't happen.
No, I understand what you mean now. Okay.
Yeah, you can wield the powers of Thor, but you don't become Thor. In the comics, you became Thor.
I wonder if she'll get a new hammer, which does transform her.
That could be. That could be.
Yeah.
Very likely.
Because again, the hammer is gone.
I didn't think about that aspect, Brandon, because like that is a really cool thing about her is like she's like 90-pound, like chemoed out, cancer-ridden Jane Foster, and she turns into this epic hero. And like seeing that transformation on panel is really awesome and really cool. So like I hope that happens, because if it's still just like I'm skinny Natalie Portman and then here's my hammer, like it's not as impactful.
Well, because obviously since the hammer is destroyed, they could go back to Nina Valier. Peter Dinklage could come back as the dwarf, and they could make her a new Mjolnir, and this Mjolnir could transform. If they are going with full Lady Thor, then Natalie Portman's gonna be like skinny, cancer-ridden Jane Foster.
I just can't see them doing anything else.
Yeah, and then this hammer does transform her into Lady Thor, fully armored, ready to kick ass and take names.
I cannot see Natalie Portman wanting to come back unless it was the cancer story.
Yeah.
I think that's part of what sold her. I feel that in my bones. I just would wonder what is the impetus to create another hammer.
See, that's where.
Yeah, that's my question.
And
that's
Brandon,
my question.
That's
as well.
where you throw a huge wrench in like the idea of this, because you're right. Because like Thor becomes unworthy, and then she picks up the hammer and becomes Thor. So like that, it is very different in the movies now, because he is worthy. So like, is he going to become unworthy, or is she just going to become worthy? And like,
well, see, that's what I think. I think she's probably. I think somehow there is another hammer. Because Stormbreaker is Thor's.
Yes.
And we know Stormbreaker works even less like Mjolnir.
Yes, it has more power.
Yeah. So I think Thor has Stormbreaker, but Natalie Portman will have a hammer that could transform her into something else.
I absolutely trust Taika Waititi. So like whatever reason to get her hammer is probably going to be good. Like I completely believe in
Maybe
that.
it comes out of the multiverse of madness.
Oh, it could.
Jeez Louise.
It could.
Evil
You
Thor.
never know. It could.
It's all connected, baby.
So Thor: Love and Thunder is like the most Flash Gordon looking thing ever, and I'm
100%.
Oh my
Hey,
god!
I love that
I don't
logo.
need live action Flash Gordon, because one, I'm getting animated,
Hey,
but this is my live action Flash
That
Gordon.
logo, I like that logo a lot.
I do too.
That reminds me of like He-Man. That reminds me of like 80s hair metal bands. That's like, yeah, I'm into this.
There's been
very
a lot
excited
of
for this.
There's been a lot of running with the idea that Valkyrie and Jane could be a thing, and I feel you'll have to do a lot of legwork to convince me that this is not a hollow progressive for progressive's sake move.
I already see, and people are speculating that they might bring Angela into this movie, who is Thor's sister. But that's just out of nowhere for no reason. But yeah, this is the Steve Bucky situation where like they immediately see two characters together, so they ship them, and I'm like, I get it,
right.
Jane Foster is not like she's heterosexual. And of course that could change.
And
but,
I'm all for, like, Tessa Thompson came out saying she's a king looking for a queen.
Yes.
I'm all for her hitting on Jane.
Yes.
But if Jane's reciprocating it and they don't do proper legwork to convince me that makes sense.
Yes. Give me the legwork.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because honestly, like, that idea at this moment, just hearing about it, I'm like, that sounds really hollow.
Yeah.
Real forced.
Isn't in the comics that Jane Foster Thor ends up with Sam Wilson for a hot bit? Okay, not ends up with, but they date
she's
for a
dating
hot
two
sec?
people, because two different people were writing the comic. She was dating
Uh-huh.
Sam Wilson, and then she was dating someone else at the time as well.
Yes.
I forget who though. But
Well,
she was definitely she makes out with Sam Wilson in the Avengers book, and then she's making out with someone else in her book.
Oh,
Yeah.
That definitely happened.
Oh, yeah.
never mind.
But like again, like this is this is a weird tangent we don't need to get to. But like they made Iceman gay in the comics, right?
Yeah.
We just read a comic where Iceman was very clearly like making out with chicks, right?
Oh,
He
yeah,
is very
and-
much a ladies' man. So when they do a hard shift, I'm just like, I'm gay. I don't have a problem with making a character gay, but when you make it a ladies' man character out of nowhere,
We talked about this on the podcast
Did
a
we?
while back.
Okay, I don't
Yeah,
remember,
we
yeah.
talked about it when it happened, that like that was a very hollow move and everybody felt it, because it's like, yeah, this is a guy who has clearly been attracted to only women for a long
For
time.
literally decades.
And you just suddenly said he's gay.
Yeah.
So if you just suddenly say that Jane is bisexual,
If you explore that, sure, but you need to give me legroom. It can't just happen immediately.
yeah.
Just going to go back to the story real quick. For this movie, obviously, it cannot be a 1-to-1 translation of the Mighty Thor comic. Much like everything in the MCU, it will be adapted to fit the universe. I'm very curious to see what those adaptations are going to be.
Same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am as well. I'm very excited. I think I was telling Ryan that I think because we were talking about like the possibility of Guardians, and I'm like, it would not shock me at all if Chris Hemsworth comes along with a Guardian or two in tow with him. And he's
we can briefly like I don't think Chris Hemsworth is going to be like the lead in this movie. I think he's going to be in Guardians 3 but be in this Thor 4 a little bit.
I think he'll be as present as maybe a bit more present than Iron Man in Homecoming.
Yeah, I think that's what we talked about. Yeah. Like he's in it enough to like be around, but like this should be, if you're going to make a Jane Foster Thor movie, make it Jane Foster's movie.
Now let me tell you, if you had asked me which of the main Avengers were going to get a fourth movie, Thor was not on that list.
I know, right?
No.
And it'd be Jane Foster Thor. Like
Thor was on that list after Ragnarok for me.
That's crazy. Well, of course, Ragnarok's good, but it's not what you immediately think. Like Thor's the one that makes it.
It was for me.
Yeah.
Once Ragnarok happened and Taika Waititi said, I'd like to do a Thor 4, and Chris Hemsworth was clearly having a better time playing Thor, I was like, Chris Hemsworth seems like the guy we're not going to let go of.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still.
Yeah.
And he renewed his contract, right? For a
For
bunch
a while.
He got like a new 5-picture deal or something like that.
Men in Black didn't work out. He needs that money.
I guess so. That's all our Marvel Studios news from the Comic-Con panel.
They left.
That's it.
They left after that.
Wait, Mahershala Ali, what are you doing in our living room?
What?
What?
Why are you putting on that baseball cap, you madman?
So,
Oh my
so
God.
I did turn off my phone
Me too.
after the Thor news. I was
Me
like, okay,
too.
well, we're done. And then I turned it on again. I was like, what?
When you texted us, Brandon, I thought you were joking.
Oh no!
And then I went to Twitter, and then everybody in my Twitter feed
So,
was like, ah!
So what happened at the panel is Kevin Feige went, obviously there's still more than this to say. Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Fantastic Four, not even to mention mutants. Mother
And
effer.
Ant-Man 3. You all know those are coming. So we'll get to it later.
Did he
D23 is around the corner.
No, he didn't
Seriously
say
say-
Ant-Man 3. I put Ant-Man 3 there.
He said the word mutants.
No, but he said
He didn't say the
Fantastic
word
Four.
mutants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like
He knows
said
who
the
he's
word.
teasing.
He just needed to say the word.
So, yeah.
Our Lord and Savior.
you. D23 is around the corner. Maybe I'll just leave you with this one other thing. Mahershala Ali comes out. Mahershala Ali is Blade.
Mother effer.
Yes.
Yeah, Mahershala Ali is Blade. That was shocking, unexpected, and one of the coolest casting announcements I've ever seen in my life.
For real. Because like
Oh.
that's like fan casting. Like everyone like wanted him because like he's such a cool guy.
And afterwards, he was like, "What? Why did Blade make sense?" Like, well, because Mahershala Ali was available and he wants to do Blade. So we're like, okay, let's do Blade.
Yeah, they made the mistake, quote unquote, of killing his character. So like he was available, like whatever those Netflix shows, wherever they are in limbo. But like he's back, baby.
Yeah.
But he did clarify that Blade is not part of Phase 4.
Phase 5.
That's true.
Which actually led me to believe that these other films that he said, not to mention, we didn't talk about these films. I think this is Phase 4.
I agree. Yeah.
I think Phase 5 will see Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
Because Phase 4 will end in 2021, so far as we know.
This is just 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of content though, because it's not just movies anymore.
I brought this up with Ryan because this has happened before. This happened when he announced Phase 3. I 100% believe this. Spider-Man 3 is most likely landing in the summer of 2021, probably in that same July slot.
100%, yeah.
I absolutely believe that. I do not see them waiting till 2022 or 2023 to follow up on Peter Parker's
Especially
story.
with what happened.
I agree with that.
Not with him not showing up anywhere else for those 2 years.
Yeah.
They will be putting a Spider-Man movie there. Sony will want to do that.
This is Marvel's panel. Like they own Spider-Man, but they don't own Spider-Man. So
also,
like,
Far From Home just came out. It's not
2
surprising
weeks
we're not
ago.
hearing about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I definitely believe Spider-Man 3 is somewhere in this Phase 4 announcement as well and will be added later.
I agree.
To probably the summer 2021 spot.
I agree.
Yeah, I'd see that. I could totally see that. Because there's a lot of threads in that film that I feel like in Captain Marvel was also a surprise to me that they didn't announce it. Because they did talk about like Spider-Man and Captain Marvel. They're the faces of the MCU going forward, or they were at least talking about Captain Marvel being that when her movie was coming out. So, interesting stuff to see. But there's a lot of really unique different content coming out for this next phase.
Yes.
Comicsgate people had the worst day today.
Yeah.
Nothing but diversity, baby. Hey,
it's
Blink,
also-
get away from my computer.
There's a little
Blink, no, get off my computer. Sorry, guys. We almost had a meltdown.
Sparks cat just jumped on Ryan's computer.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. So yeah, I think that with Phase 4 being filled with 10 things, because they are considering the shows as extra films.
It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff.
It makes sense that it's going this way, but it is just 2 years, so there's going to be so much more to announce, and it does seem that I told you that I looked back at what Kevin Feige said about Comic-Con and D23 before Comic-Con happened, and he said in previous years where we've done both, we kind of bring the same show. I'm paraphrasing him, but like we kind of bring the same show. This year, we're trying to divvy them up, kind of make them feel like their own unique experiences. So this basically says absolutely they're announcing entirely different things at D23, a part 2 of this announcement.
I also imagine they will do some Marvel stuff, but it'll probably be a lot of Star Wars stuff because they didn't do any Star Wars stuff here.
I mean, for sure, but we're talking specifically just about Kevin Feige's presence.
Yeah.
He will come out with a extra. I imagine 2023 and 2022 are on that announcement list.
Man, I don't know. That's ballsy.
Even if he doesn't announce every title, probably going to talk about them.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know, especially after the Blade comment. I don't know if I believe that now, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I'm just looking at. He said 4 days before Comic-Con D23, both. Because we're doing both, we want to divvy it up and make both unique.
I bet D23 has all that Hulu stuff like MODOK and what are the other shows that they're getting?
But why would that be part of the Marvel Studios panel? They're not directly involved with those.
Oh no, you're right. I'm sorry.
You're right.
Yeah,
That would be Marvel.
No, you're right.
That would be Marvel.
I'm sure
television.
they will talk about that in the in like probably there's going to be like a Disney Plus Hulu conversation.
I just
thing.
feel like this was such a huge announcement. Like they can't do it again unless they do. Unless they do.
It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Especially, come on. The way he baited that ending, like, hey, D23's around the corner. Here's all these things. You know those are coming.
Yeah, you're true. You're right.
It's happening.
It's happening. Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I'm. We are very spoiled to be like, well, where's the rest?
Where's my season 3? Where's my next?
But it is really exciting. I looked at this, and there's no Avengers movie in this phase so far. I don't think there should be right now.
I agree.
But I think that this is something new, and they know what I always suspected they know, but they proved it, that they know they have to change up their formula so that they can keep delivering content at the best of their ability.
And what's the most crazy is we knew about almost every single one of these movies, but they're also unique in their own ways, like, Scarlet Witch and the multiverse, or Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. Like, we knew Doctor Strange was coming out. Oh, but the multiverse, like, everything is so cool. And, like, this is definitely, like, the crazy, like, the craziest phase.
Even Thor 4, the second Natalie Portman walks out, she's holding Mjolnir, and it's revealed that she's going to be...
That shit is still crazy.
That's like, are you effing kidding me? This is great.
When Hugo Weaving walks on stage, then I will believe anything, because that's the one. He's not coming back.
Yeah.
If I ever see Hugo Weaving on stage, I can't marry you, Ben. I will marry Kevin Feige.
The next Disney Plus series is the Red Skull Cosmic Adventurer.
Don't even pretend,
and
man.
it's Hugo Weaving walking out.
It's just like a narrative.
I just believe in the script that they put in front of me.
What was the thing that the Russo brothers talked about? They said that they had an idea of showing Captain America putting the stones away with Red Skull with him.
What an awkward conversation.
No, there's this great meme of Red Skull, of like Tony and Captain America going to get the Soul Stone, and then they're like, Tony, son of whatever your name is, Steve, son of a bitch.
Yeah. God, man, it's been 70 years and I can't escape you.
Yeah, this is all very exciting.
Hey guys, that was Comic-Con.
I will say that I agree on the sense that I don't think there should be an Avengers film in the next 2 years.
I agree.
When we were originally picturing these phases as the same length as previous phases, I was like, yeah, there absolutely should
Phase
be
3 was
another
a lot
Avengers
of movies,
film,
right?
Yeah,
Lasted a while.
it was. Phase 3 was longer than the others. I expected something Phase 2 length for this, and if you're only looking at films, that's not what's happening. But if you're looking at the Disney Plus series as well, then it is.
Mm-hmm.
and it's only over 2 years, and then I'm certain we hear more
Again,
at
they
D23.
on whenever they do those phase timelines, they put the TV shows. So like those TV shows are just as important as the movies.
Right.
So I think like, yeah, if this is our entire phase 4, no, it's not as many movies, but we have 5 TV shows too.
Yeah.
That's a shit ton of content. That's more. That's like how many movies are in those TV shows? That's like 4 or 5 movies in there. Like that's it's a lot of content, baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Good time
tons of
to be a Marvel
tons
fan.
of content, and I just can't stress enough how unique it is, and it's
Yeah.
so refreshing to see.
100%. And I'm really glad that they decided to do Shang-Chi after they had Iron Fist.
Yeah,
Because they're actually going to make a really good martial arts
And
movie.
I have at one time said I have no desire to see a rated R Marvel movie. Feige even said he has no desire to make one. But with the announcement of Blade, I'm like, oh, I think I want to see a rated R Marvel movie.
I agree, but like Blade's been in the comics like the last couple of years, and he's been PG-13, so like they can make it work. But like, just do rated R. Just do it. Just do it. You can do it.
We'll see.
I think
We'll see.
you can. Like I said this about Deadpool, you can make anything R rated into PG-13 easy.
Mm-hmm.
Just take out a couple of F bombs and a couple of blood. It's the
Yo,
same
man,
movie.
they released Deadpool to add a PG-13 rating, and apparently it wasn't good.
Well, they did it wrong. They just cut out the butt of each joke.
Oh yeah, bad editing.
Yeah, it's bad editing, but you can do a PG-13 Deadpool very simply.
Yeah.
You just probably shouldn't.
Yes, you probably shouldn't. So speaking of probably shouldn'ting, that's the end of this podcast. We're at a ripe old age of 2 hours and 35 minutes. Not as bad as E3, but let's stay here another hour. Let me tell you guys about Gilgamesh. Okay.
Dude,
I'm going to bed.
No, no.
I'm in enough trouble as it is with my girlfriend.
baby.
I need to go to sleep.
It's tale as old as time. Let's talk about Mike Matola. Mike Matola's a great guy. I want to thank him for doing our logos. He does them every week.
yeah.
You can find him at Mike Matola, right, Brandon? Mike Matola?
Yep,
Okay, cool.
at Mike Matola.
At Mike Matola. He's going to be on next week's episode of the podcast, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Hell yeah, look forward to that. I want to thank Funko for being an affiliate. If you guys want to use the link in this description, you can get 10% off by using the code SHOP10. Go to Funko.com, buy some cereal, buy some shirts, throw us some cash money. I would like to thank our Patreon supporters, if we have any. If not, where are you guys at? I miss you. Hey guys, throw in a couple bucks, keeps the light on. The single light that we have on. I appreciate you. It's really late, guys. I'm sorry. T Public. We have new Basement Arcade shirts. We
do.
have Miscellaneous, Fake Nerd Podcast.
I
All the stuff.
will tease something. I will tease something about T Public. We do have Fake Nerd Podcast T-shirts. We do have Miscellaneous T-shirts. We do have Basement Arcade T-shirts. Those are our 3 main shows. But I am going to work out a way for the next 2 months to have at least 4 new shirt designs up there by the end of 2 months. That's my goal. I've got some cool ideas. I think everyone's going to be really excited about that.
I have an idea, Brandon. How about we all design a shirt together?
Well, I one shirt. Ben knows about, but he keeps forgetting. Jen is designing it. So yeah.
Okay,
Don't
okay,
be a
cool.
dick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
All right.
That's a cool
Yeah.
one. Okay.
But the other shirts, I have, not even in start yet. But that's my goal, to get more stuff up on that merchandise page, because I want to build that up and try to get some cool stuff up there.
Hell yeah. Let's see. I want to thank the listeners, because without you, why are we even doing this? I would be doing it anyway because I'm a madman. I love hearing myself talk. But thank you guys for listening. Appreciate you. I want to thank Jeremy Vellucci. He always does our theme music. You can find him at nope, it's not on here. What is it, Brandon?
It's Jeremy Vellucci Keyboards.
At Jeremy Vellucci Keyboards. Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah.
He has also Suburban Proctologist, which is currently not having any new seasons, but the old stuff's available.
No, not yet.
No,
it's
we have
not.
to put it back up on the air.
Coming up. Okay, guys, just get ready for that Suburban Proctologist. Get ready for Procto. He's a crazy guy. I love it. I actually did listen to all of it. I liked it.
I believe it.
What if I was lying to you?
Yeah, I want.
Would you believe
question
it?
I wouldn't believe you were lying.
Okay, cool.
I want to hopefully get those episodes up soon.
Yeah, get them on the feed, baby. So yeah, thanks Jeremy, thanks Mike. They help put the show together. Jeremy, I also like to mention he's in a couple bands. He's in The Element and Treasure Town.
Yes.
Treasure Town?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go support artists seeking artists. Cool. Hey guys, if you want to get involved, if you want to talk to us, you can find us at twitter.com/FakeNerdPodcast, Instagram.com/FakeNerdPodcast, Facebook.com/FakeNerdPodcast. And if you'd like to email us, you can email us at FakeNerdGuys@gmail.com. Sorry, I'm losing it. I'm so sleepy. If you'd like to find me, I'm DJ Tony Snark at everything on the internet. Just type it in. I'm there. Am I missing anything before we go into this?
No.
Do I sound great?
We have a YouTube channel.
We do have a YouTube channel.
Go ahead and check it out.
Please.
A video of this will be up.
Fake Nerd
as well
Podcast
as-
on YouTube. Look it up.
Yes.
Subscribe. Like, subscribe.
Basement
hit
Arcade, Swamp Thing, all the good stuff.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when new shit gets posted
Bing bong
because it
applesauce.
goes up whenever we can.
Yes,
'cause
subscribe.
Computer problems.
Yes, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We are on all those podcast providers. Rate and review, please. Ben Magnet, where are you at? I don't think you said.
On the internet, I'm on at BenMagnet27 on Instagram and Twitter.
Sparkies.
Sparks Witty on Instagram. SPARKZ Witty.
BT, hit me with the McClure.
I'm going to bed.
That's not your handle.
BT McClure on Instagram and Twitter.
Cool. Find us on all the things. It's real late. I hope you guys had a great Comic-Con.
Hey, where are you on the internet? DJ Toy Snark?
Yeah,
He said it.
Oh, he's it.
Hey, if you guys didn't know, I'm DJ Tony Snark. You can find me everywhere, including prawnhub.com.
I'm just listening to Brandon breathe right now.
Speaking of breathing, let's all go to sleep. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Go vote next year.
Stay fake nerds.
Stay fake
Stay
nerds.
fake nerds.
Stay fake nerds.
Ben?
Are you guys doing this on the TV?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's my
Yeah.
computer, baby.
It's Magic the Gathering.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Hey, I played some of that this weekend.
I'm jealous.
The next time Jeff is down here, he has 14 decks for you to use.
Baby, I got my own deck.
Cool.
I don't need any other person's deck, okay?
Well,
It's a big...
I don't need to
it's
be
a
touching anybody
I have a
else's deck.
huge black deck.
oh god.
It's a zombie deck. What do
I
you want?
know. I actually just got I was playing with. The
Also, my
black-
dick's huge. Sorry.
No, actually, I just got a black.
Leaving this in.
Oh, shit.
No,